holy lineage, stuck on this earthly pilgrimage, lost or will to live. The kingdom that hand plays a bitch because of mental explosion, brain corrosion, collecting heads and Romans, awaken the lost tribes that's been dozing. The prophets have arisen to resurrect the chosen, while the universe stands frozen. The prophecies start unfolding, exploding. While the whole world sleeps, the shepherds are lost, sheep creep deep to the golden gates. It's Esau, the Lord hates, from crime to thievery, to even murder and rape. We close the drapes, watch them like grapes, while these fakes that perpetrate, my people's there's no equal in it. We do the Deuteronomy 7 and 6. I know it's hard like bricks, but don't trip, we got the kingdom coming. No more slumming and bumming, the Lord's coming. Busting through, reach St. John 4 and 22, and guess who? The Lord's got us for. Settle the score, all you heathens hit the floor. See these 12 stars, defenders of the law. Tiger wasn't up to par for this. Scandalous, murderous, evangelist who's girded up, ready to die for the words of the script. We too wise to be dumb. The hell with ice, we want the kingdom. Let's get out these sons and tell them where we from. Israel, you heard this, tuck tail, the bell, your rhymes is trail. You stepped in the zone where we excel. We too wise to be dumb. The hell with ice, we want the kingdom. Let's get out these sons and tell them where we from. Israel, you heard this, tuck tail, the bell, your rhymes is trail. You stepped in the zone where we excel.
It's on, I pop my color like spawn, transform a sandstorm, right? I take storm, reborn like the children of the corn with the going on, legion this swarm, be warm, sound of alarms, I harm dreams like hideous screams, posted in between ivory beams, Israelite kings, challenges, particular cancer, bandage and damage and challenges, brandish, hang up the silence and smite them, light them like halogens, oh yeah, drop the ass, spark the block up, super shoulders, dropping bombs, bows and boulders, big shots, blaze, big bugs with big bowlers, I stop blazing, weed to stack dollars, got more styles, more grooves than Elijah, got post moves, so smooth, so cool, roll through, and roast you see, lyrical vocals, cold crush, and flow through, sandstorm riders, insiders, of motherfucking riots, phantom menaces, with nail wrinkles of blemish, sin is the venomous citizens, witness the bandages in, back to Genesis, it's simple and plain, we got you breaking for the bridge like IQAhmath crane, it's on.
We too wise to be dumb, the hell with ice, we want the kingdom, let's get out these sons and tell them where we from, Israel, you heard this, tuck tail, the bell, your rhymes is trail, you stepped in the zone where we excel, we too wise to be dumb, the hell with ice, we want the kingdom, let's get out these sons and tell them where we from, Israel, you heard this, tuck tail, the bell, your rhymes is trail, you stepped in the zone where we
I
excel.
represent the struggle for excellence, no one can keep alive. A ghetto survivor born in a generation of vipers. The venom be the backbite, hating individuals here. Snake slither and snare, we don't feel over here.
Affliction is straight rough on the J, especially when you've been thrown in a pit of snakes. My breath intake be great, my mind state is like whatever it takes. I ain't off for the dough, let's get it straight. Now you wanna be bold, let the truth be told. Most of us don't know, we were sold like black gold. Niggas don't care, you rather get blowed. I ain't staying silent like tiptoes, I'm up early like the crow.
Pain and discipline, souls together in game, rather than shattering stain. Build the tattered and main, vanish the damaged and lane. Ravish the bastards that claim, repping his thing. See what more balls and jock straps, more balls and crotch grass, more balls and spalling, more balls and rolling. Got more balls and all of them here. Back to New Orleans, rap stingers and lingers that represent like symbols and flags and middle fingers.
We don't linger, make it happen with the Nina. I'm a head turner like Tina. Looking for wisdom, have you seen her? SOJ, we leading the race. Keep up the pace, now follow the leaders, come on. We too wise to be dumb, the hell with ice, we want the kingdom. Let's get out these sons and tell them where we from. Israel, you heard this, tuck tail, the bell, your rhymes is trail. You stepped in the zone where we excel. We too wise to be dumb, the hell with ice, we want the kingdom. Let's get out these sons and tell them where we from. Israel, you heard this, tuck tail, the bell, your rhymes is trail. You stepped in the zone where we excel.
Shalom, shalom, Shabbat shalom to be exact, man. What's going on, family? How y'all doing? You've reached DSTM, Don't Shoot the Messenger, episode 201. 201. All praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, White Helper, man. Appreciate everybody that's tuning in. Let's check the roll call, man. Let's see where the fam is at. Let's see who's in the house. Let me get rid of this banner because we have started now. All right. See in the comments. Here we go. Namawa Shaq, shalom to you and the family. Shabbat shalom to y'all. My brother Jackson out in the house. Hey, I'm doing all right, my brother. I can't complain, man. Hopefully you will. Hopefully you will. The world, shalom to you. Shalom to you. All praises, man. Brother Kohaf, shalom to you. Shabbat shalom to you and the fam, man. Hopefully you will. Jacksonville in the house. The house Elkanah in the house. Shalom to y'all. Bashar in the house. Shalom to you, good brother. The house of Byron in the house. Shalom to my family down there. In the Carolinas, the Robinson family, man. Shalom to y'all. Shalak, what's good, my brother? Shalom. The Quab in the house, all praises. Shalom to you, Ak. Yes, indeed, man. Made it to another day of rest, man. I know we all need it. I know we all need it, man. The Saints are getting wore out here, man, but we hanging in strong, man. Stay strong, you and the fam, man. I heard you and Bayan got together for the last day of Passover, man. All praises. Glad y'all got the link up, man, and catch up. It was good seeing that brother too when he made it out here for the Passover, man. Where is he at? Is he in the house? Let me find out he ain't around. I know he'll be on in a little bit if I ain't seen him so far. But shout out to you, man. Shout out to you and the fam, man. What's new feature? See, we can now hear or give 100%. I'm not sure what you're talking about, sis. Let me know. Monicana house, shalom to you. Diz the Wiz, shalom, my sister. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Kana in the house, shalom to you, my sister. Shalom. There go my brother out there in Trinidad, man. My Trini brother, man. Shalom to you. Shemai Wan, what's going on, Ike? Shabbat shalom, Karatazah, what's happening? All right, look like we're getting the fam piling on in. Which money? Oh, you talking about what I'm putting the comments up? Maybe. I don't know about any new features. I don't think I did anything. Unless StreamYard or somebody, unless the app is doing something different. I'm not sure. But if it's working, hey, all praises. All praises, man. There go my brother. Shalom Aladad. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. All right, y'all. Without further ado, man, it's time to get busy. All praises to the Most High, man. We talked about the struggles that was going on with the channel in regards to them trying to strike us out. I believe, I haven't double checked, but I believe we made it through the last 3 months without any additional strikes, which means they've taken off the previous infractions. So got a little bit more room to put my elbows out now. We can actually start getting a little bit more busy again. Ain't got to tiptoe too much more. I mean, we still got to be wise. Don't get me wrong. However, most High willing, I'll get back to doing, most High willing schedule permit. I'll be able to do a little bit more. Get back to my schedule and doing at least a couple of DSTMs a week. I was trying to, schedule wise, it just so happened to be like that where I can only do on the Sabbath for the most part. I was doing Manna Mondays. I was doing, Hump Day Wednesdays, doing the Sabbaths as well. And I think the compilation of those, was giving YouTube too much content to sift through to find reasons to strike the channel. So had to back down a little bit, slow up the content. And it just so happened my schedule just made that happen as well. But, most High willing, man, we'll be able to get some more things up and running. Let me see. You can't see all the hearts I paid 100%. No. Oh, you know what? I mean, I see like the praise hands. Outside of that, I see the flower after your comment, but I don't see, any other emojis. Maybe that's something for the, Yeah, maybe it's YouTube. Maybe it's YouTube. Hey, if it's working, it makes it look better, more interactive for the fam here. It's all good. All praises. I'm with it. I'm with it. All right. But yeah. Um, all praise to the Most High. We think we got over the hump in regards to this little last probationary period, man. And you know what's so cold is, even though and I got to go back and double check on the channels, because even though they say certain dates strikes will be off, you know, they'll take these strikes off um, long as though we don't get any further infractions, because of that, you know, if we got struck again, the channels have been gone. So we made it through. All praises to the Most High. But even after that, they still kind of, they give you a date, and then they'll still go back and say, well, hold on, we just want to make sure you're being good before we fully, you know, take you off of this whole little restriction. So I got to look and see, make sure them strikes is gone, so we can really like get right. But even if that's the case, you know, it's been a good run, good ride, and we're gonna continue riding for the Most High. Shalom, Rosemary. Shalom to you, my sister. Welcome in, welcome in. All right, she's all the way in the UK, I believe. I think you overseas, right? Um, but yeah, shout out to the brothers and sisters who have sent their alms in and their alms deeds and helped support the channel. Um, Brother Lionel, shalom and Shabbat shalom to you, my brother, man. Appreciate your alms deeds and your help. May the Most High continually bless you and your family. Uh, Sister Rosemarie, the House of Byron, Brother Ramalis. I don't want to forget nobody. I'm just trying to go off a memory of recent. Sister Robin. Can't forget my sister. Shalom to you, my sister. Everybody who supported us, man, sent your arms in and helped the ministry, man, has been greatly appreciated. Did help us have a successful Passover. Help us, you know, do the things necessary for us to, you know, keep supporting one another in these days and times. So it's all good, man. Just wanted to make sure I shout y'all out. And anybody and everybody else, if you've supported the channel, you know, financially, all praises. You support the channel just by sharing, liking the video, whatever the case may be, man. Appreciate y'all, love y'all for the support, man, that you do in helping messengers of the covenant continually stay afloat and keep our light shining, you know, for the Most High, man. All right, all praises. Okay. Okay, after they hit little bros over there. They hit Bow last night. Oh, see, that's foul. That's foul. I saw a little bit of it, and they didn't do nothing but play. Well, you know what it probably was? It might have been a copyright issue, because they, I think Rata was playing a clip of Glenn Beck. I think at the time he was with Fox News, and maybe that's the reason why they hit him. I'm not sure. I gotta holler at them to find out what happened. But what they did, they cut off the live. I see you, Naquab. I hit you up. All praises, man. Appreciate you, brother. I hit you. Yeah, I didn't see. I didn't see what happened. I seen a little bit of the live last night, and I seen it was going over the Back Creek Stone. Oh, they cut the line. That's not happened to me before. So, you know, them Jakes is blessed over there, man, because they didn't test on some stuff, man, that I can't. As soon as I speak on it, man, it's we out of here. But yeah, I'm gonna holler at them, find out what happened. But yeah, man, everybody's under the microscope. Everybody's under the microscope. So without further ado, man, let's go ahead on and get busy. You know, within the last put a 7 in the chat, man. If everybody had a blessed Passover, man. If everybody had a good Passover, put a 7 in the chat, man. Give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, man, because we certainly did. It went by fast, but you know, nonetheless, it was still always glorious to be able to have that ability to stay in the light of the Most High, man. Participate in the Feast of Unleavened Bread, to participate and have fellowship with, you know, with good brothers and sisters, man, that's moving in the spirit of Yahweh Shah, the Most High, allowing us to be able to continue in our journeys of repentance, cleansing ourselves of, that leaven, malice, wickedness, envy, strife, all of the things that plague our people, plague us. The Most High gives us opportunity to, continually self-examine, get rid of those things, reflect on the histories, man, of the strong deliverance that the Most High provided for our ancestors, man, because we're looking for the same thing. We are going to need an act of the Most High. Leave it to the world that say act of the supernatural. You understand what I'm saying? We're gonna need something of that level and that nature to make it out of the grasp and the claws and the teeth of this beast here. Because this place is something else, man. The world in itself, before it spirals out of control and the self detonates and takes everybody and everybody with us, that's why Yahweh Shah said, man, that the time's got to be cut short for even the elect's sake, lest no flesh will be saved. We're going to need the Most High to get up out of here, man. And that's what our ancestors needed during the time of the Exodus, man. Needed the Most High to get up out of ancient Egypt, man. We needed to get out of spiritual Egypt. So keep those things in mind, man. All praises, man. Look like everybody had a good one. Good deal, man. That's right. Some of y'all that's around the way, man, y'all got to come out here, man, and come get with us next year, Lord willing. If we get if we get to it next year and we have the ability to have the Passover, man, we got to get right. Edward Jackson, man, next time, man, get at me, my brother. You get with us, and we can, Lord willing, next year we'll have a place for you to come fellowship and keep one. Where are you looking? Well, you know what? Reach out. I mean, throw the email up, man. Hit the email, the Covenant 144 Gmail, or you can send a message through Instagram, whatever. You need that contact, and want to do it next year, Lord willing, we'll try to figure it out. All right. Oh, hopefully I left it on there long enough. Anybody needs it. All right, but nonetheless, we'll chop it up. But yeah, all praises, man. Glad to see everybody had a good one. Glad to see you had a good one. Now we're rounding out. New moon next week. Oh, you in Dominica, man? You over there in the island, huh? That's a whole journey. It's all good, my brother. We figure it out. We'll figure it out. All praise to my sister. All praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, man. Glad to be a service, man. Glad to be able to, give part of my spirit and what the Most High has blessed me with to share with others to help get our nation on track. I'm just doing my part, and we doing our part here, Messengers of the Covenant. So, we're just trying to get up out of here. Long story short, you understand? But nonetheless, so the last 7 days, it's been pretty crazy. Last week was the last week we did DSTM, episode 201 now. Oh, we got leaked documents that's dropped, spreading all kind of dirt. A lot of spy games, espionage, all of that stuff is going on right now. America's being exposed for the hypocrites and the liars that they are. If we keep talking about being under Satan's authority, man, and really knowing who the devil is, man, and who's motivating these lies, I mean, there's no question it's a so-called white man. I mean, let's knock it off. I just got through watching, I've been watching this little series on Netflix called The Devil in Ohio. And I'm always looking at these shows and I'm like, look at all of these instances where Esau just constantly acknowledges himself as the devil. But as soon as we do it, oh, Israelites, you're a hate group. Oh, you guys are anti-white. No. Every instance we point and we show him saying that's him. He's got a whole show called Satan. Or no, Lucifer. Who is it? It's him. The Devil in Ohio. It's about this damn satanic cult in Ohio that dates back like 200 years ago when some Irish people left Ireland to come immigrate to America. And at the time, there was some, religious group that worshiped Yahweh, as they say. And then once they realized that once they got here to America and their crops and everything else was getting destroyed and the Most High wasn't dealing with them, they turned to Satan. And this whole satanic cult, they start worshiping Satan. And, you know, we'll leave it at that. But guaranteed, and you can pretty much guess, there was no Jakes in this particular cult. It's all Edomites, man, worshiping Satan. So that was an interesting one, man. I don't know if anybody else has seen it, but the Devil in Ohio uh, is pretty interesting. But nonetheless, uh, we're seeing through those documents that got leaked. I mean, Esau's out here lying his butt off, man, and he's proven that he is the wicked that controls the earth, which we'll look at in a little bit. You had that explosion over there in Texas, killed 18,000 cows. Dairy farm completely destroyed. They said the value was like $60 million or something, like 30 something million. I don't want to misquote, but it is in double digit millions. The destruction that's caused, what that's going to impact, how that's going to impact uh, the dairy industry. I'm sure there's going to take, it's going to have an issue going on with that. Um, Prices, food, inflation, milk, cheese, all that other stuff, is going to be impacted. Um, the sodomites is out of control again. I mean, we got a lot to talk about, man. So let me quit. Let me quit filibustering, man. Let me quit filibustering. Let's get right. Rania, hey, shalom, my sister. Shalom, Shabbat. Shabbat shalom to you. Hopefully you're good, my sister, you and the family. All right. But let's start off with a few scriptures. Let me hold on. Let me share my screen. A lot to discuss, man. A lot to discuss. I mean, the devil's been busy. Devil's been busy. Let me see. I was looking for that scripture in Job. I found it. But you know what? Let's start here. One of the classic ones we like to always uh, start off with. Okay. Second Ezra 9. And it says, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. So, we know, especially if you've been watching DSTN for any length of time, this is one of the staple scriptures that I'm gonna go to, establishing prophecy, history, and things of that nature, especially as things are unfolding towards the end times. This is one of the things that Yahweh told us to pay attention to. He said, measure the time, but you got to do it diligently. You can't be 1 minute, yeah, I'm heavy on my current events, and next thing you know, you're worried about who's winning the NBA playoffs and getting distracted with that too much. You know, don't get me wrong, I'm not a hypocrite. I watch sports when I got a little downtime. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. But guess what? More of my time is dedicated to. I'm researching. I'm finding information. I'm bringing stuff to the table. Um, I'm not going to talk about LeBron here. You know what I'm saying? Unless LeBron is talking some foolishness, he's got to get exposed then. But other than that, the diligency has to be top notch to make sure that we're staying on point. I'm not worried about what's going on in the rap world and all that other stuff, man. You're going to see it. You're going to hear about this stuff, but is it relevant to measuring the time? Is it relevant to these last days? Unless it's relevant to things that impact our people scripturally, then we can talk about them things. But just the rumor mills and the tea that getting spilled all over the place, that's not what we need to be diligently looking into. Diligently look into the things as it pertains to what the scriptures say. And the Most High told us what we need to be looking for uh, towards the end and the second coming of Yahweh Shai. So we said, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself is going to reveal itself. And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, meaning what? It was prophecy, because it was told before, and now it's starting to come to pass. The signs are being shown. Verse 2, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest shall begin to visit the world which he made. So now we're looking at the times that it's going to take to come into. We're waiting for that end time. Second is 4. And let's look at verse We're gonna read 35 down to 37. So, Ezra is asking the angel, he's trying to get understanding in regards to prophecy judgment as it pertains to Israel, what's going to happen within the nations around him. Uriel is instructing him. Many of the times, Ezra was trying to get knowledge of prophecy, trying to get understanding. Uriel was like, look, man, your mind has gone too far into the world. You need to fast if you want to get this understanding. A lot of times, brothers and sisters just, seeking understanding, and you get hit in a rut, and you feeling like you just haven't grown. You're not trying to figure out, why am I not getting further understanding? Why I just feel like I'm just operating in a continual cycle like a hamster in a wheel. Sometimes you got to pause. You got to pray. You got to fast to the Most High for understanding in order for that to open up. If the Most High feels you worthy enough to receive that understanding. If the Most High says, whatever you have is sufficient enough, man, hold on to that. Hold fast which thou hast. Then you hold on to that, man, and you stay diligent and strong in that. Keep it sharp. And maybe the Most High said, that's enough for you to learn just so that you can get up out of here. But for those that's teaching, those that need to expand their understanding, fasting is one way, because that's what Ezra had to do. 7 days. And I believe 3 particular instances that he had to do it. All right. So here's one of the things he was asking. He said, did not the souls of the righteous ask questions of these things in their chambers, saying, how long shall I hope on this fashion? When cometh the fruit of the floor of our reward? And this is also a prophecy of, or at least an understanding of what happens after death. The Most High says that there is a regeneration that happens. Spirits come back on the earth as he sees fit, puts them back in. But there are some that he holds in what's called the chamber of souls. Now, he said you got some of the righteous that's in their particular chambers, sleep, or communing with the angels and asking, well, when are we going to be able to receive the fruit of our reward? Because in Revelation 6, it tells you that that the souls of the righteous are waiting to be avenged. Revelation 6, and let me see where we at. Yeah. Let's read Revelation 6, 9, and 10. It says, and when he had opened the 5th seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of the Most High and for the testimony which they held. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, how long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth? So I don't know what these Christians are talking about, that, everybody goes to heaven, unless you're wicked, you're going a million miles under the earth, waiting for, some man with a pitchfork and hoofs and half body, half man, half goat, and horns, and red. Well, ironically, he is red. The devil. That's how you know the white man is a devil, man. But anyway, waiting for you to come on down and say, hey, welcome. The weather's just fine. That ain't here. We're hearing about the righteous, the martyrs of the Lord, that are waiting for vengeance to happen on the earth. They're waiting for judgment. They're waiting for the destruction of America. They're waiting for Esau to get destroyed. They're waiting for the nations to go into change. That's what they're waiting on. The souls of the righteous that are asking. This is why we're reading in 2 Ezra 4. Let's read that one more time. It says, and they cried with a loud voice, saying, how long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell upon the earth? You understand what I'm saying? So they're waiting for vengeance for their blood being spilled. They ain't forgot about what went on in 1492. They ain't forgot about what went on in 1619. They ain't forgot about what happened during the Greek era, the Maccabean era, and the Hasmonean dynasty era, and the hell and the destruction, the oppression that our people went through. They ain't forgot about what happened during the time of the Romans. They haven't forgot about what happened in Egypt, Babylon. You dig what I'm saying? That these particular souls, however many there are, the Most High said that there is some souls that are being preserved, and they're not going to be sent back to the earth. They're waiting. I mean, look, even Elijah and Moses, they ain't, they're sitting waiting. Remember, and I think it's John. It might be Luke 17, when they visited Christ and made the monument. after their deaths. So, these are the type of things that's going on. So Ezra was saying here, did not the souls of the righteous, the souls also of the righteous, ask question of these things in their chamber, saying, how long shall I hope on this fashion? When cometh the fruit of the floor of our reward? Verse 36. And unto these things Uriel the archangel gave them answer and said, even when the number of seeds is filled in you, for he have weighed the world in the balance. So Ezra said, well, once the balance of the scales is tipped towards the end time judgment, the seeds is being weighed in the balance. He said that's when it's going to happen. Verse 37, he says, by measure hath he measured the time. So he said everything is done in this particular increment of time and measure. Everything's happening according to plan. And one thing we're going to look at is I'm gonna share something. I've shared it once before. If you hadn't seen the lesson, then I'll do a little bit of review on it in regard to different things Esau done plotted 40, 50, 60 years ago, and it's just now coming to fruition, just now sprouting and budding. I mean, the devil, that dude is patient. He's patient, man. You talk about a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour, waiting on his prey, waiting to, for us to fall into the trap, waiting to be taken advantage of, waiting to kill, waiting to slay, waiting to hang, lynch, burn. He's patient, man. He don't rush the process at all. He's got a method called slow kill. When he's doing things with the chemicals, with the air, with the water, you know, tampering with everything, man. And then when somebody dies, just like with this last, health issue that was going on, they let enough time elapse to when you start seeing bodies dropping all over the place or people getting rushed out. They just said Jamie Foxx just filming a movie had a medical emergency, and it's being rumored that he had a stroke. Now, again, I said it's rumored. I don't know what happened. They're not releasing the medical cause, but it was a medical emergency. Now, if it was a stroke, you know where my mind goes, and that's my mind, my opinion, YouTube or whoever else, that I'm gonna think the worst first. Uh, the brother that we just showed last week, Lance, I forgot his last name, but the brother from uh, uh, The Wire and from John Wick and all of that. When they said he died of natural causes, and all of a sudden, oh, he actually had issues with his heart while he was asleep. Oh, okay. All of those things. We look at the time that elapses from when Esau was running around saying warp speed. We need to start making sure everybody gets these things if they want to keep working, if they want to go to school, you want to do all this stuff. We need all this in everybody. And then information and research come out saying, hey, you know what? The side effects could be deadly. Side effects could cause problems. But by that time, everybody's so amped to want to just get back to quote unquote normal, and nothing is normal in America, man. Nothing is normal until you get to the law, statutes, and commandments. That's normal for you blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. Our normal is the laws and the commandments, man. Nothing is normal that the heathen be doing. You understand what I'm saying? All that is foreign. But our people want to get back to quote unquote normal. So you do whatever. And then 6 months down the line, a year down the line, 2 years down the line, and you start having issues out of nowhere. Nobody traces it back to when things changed for you in life. Your health changed in life. And things was given to you that may have changed your immune system or something. Who knows? But Esau plays the long game so that you can't go back and trace and say, it was you. This was the reason why this happened to me or whatever. He always spans time out so where he's got enough time to cover his tracks, i.e. the Renaissance era, when he can utilize the systems of iconoclasm. It can go in there and change the faces of the judges thereof. Put new depictions of himself in, new sculptures and architecture that can erase a certain era of history He tried his best, but the Most High said, no. The earth is going to help the woman. So the Most High made sure that there was archaeology available, that there was pottery still available that was going to help us link ourselves back to the people of the book, that there was still artwork and cathedrals and things of that nature that wasn't destroyed, that still was going to show true depictions of our people, true history of our people. He was going to put the spirit on, ancient writers and writers of old and researchers and historians that, wrote with an unbiased and put down the truth and said, no, these so-called black Jews descended from Ireland, from France, from Portugal, from Spain. Oh yeah, they were from West Africa. Yeah, they got transported over here in America. Yeah, they're scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Oh yeah, we do see the customs of the Native Americans being linked to the customs of the Hebrews. So there was always going to be a link and a trail that we can always go back and bust him on. And now the same thing is happening again. The truth is now coming to the light. Esau is being revealed. We're seeing what's happening, but it's happening in measure. It's happening in measure. Okay. Verse 37. Everything ain't just going to happen at once. Boom. And it's all over with. Nah, it's in measure. Just like we're seeing the buildup of the nations, building up their armaments, signing particular treaties, distancing themselves from certain economic monopolies, trying to create their own. Everything we're seeing is happening in measure. Okay. By verse 37, by measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times, and he doth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. So the Most High does not move until one thing is done, then the next thing is moved on, and he does it in increments. That's why the Most High said that we have to measure the time diligently in itself. He said, so every measurement of the time is going to be by number, hath he numbered the time. So it's going to be over a certain amount of years, time periods, whatever the case may be, dates, who knows? But that's how the Most High said it's going to happen over a time period. Measurement, pouring out a little bit here, a little bit there, dumping some in this instance. And then it's like, dang, all this is happening back to back, back to back, back to back. Oh, a whole lot of things could be happening at once because he may have poured out a strong measurement. A little bit might be happening in a moment. A little earthquake over here. Oh, disruption over here. Rioting of the people over there. A little bit over here, a little bit over there. Oh, boom. Then you get hit. Massive tornadoes, volcanoes, earthquake, and everything comes down at once. Nations all rising up, fighting with each other. That's a strong measurement that he poured out. But the Most High said he's not moving or stirring them until each said measurement has been fulfilled. So everything that we're seeing, we're going to see is all part of the measurement and the judgment of the Most High is all breaking down the eventual downfall of this place, known as modern day, the daughter of Babylon, America, and the nations. They're gonna recognize and see. Let's read up to Job. We'll read 8. We'll read 8 down. All right. So it's a Job 8:8. For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers. So we know history is important. We know searching out the ways of our forefathers and foremothers, man, learning and understanding what it is to be a virtuous woman. Look no further than you looking at sisters like Dorcas. You're looking at Mary. You're looking at Martha. You're looking at Judith. You're looking at Esther. You're reading Proverbs 31. You're trying to understand what it is. You're looking at Sarah. You're looking at many of the virtuous women of our past. The Lord said, you want to see what it is? Go see how they got down. Go see how they got down. And then you'll understand more. You want to learn about how to be a righteous man of the Lord, man, you start looking for the examples in the scriptures, man. You want to learn how to be brave. You want to be strong. You want to soldier up for the Most High. You start looking at the warrior aspects and the traits, the mighty men of David, the mighty men of the Maccabees. And you look and you say, oh, these our brothers gave it up for the Most High? Okay. That's my blueprint. Fair enough. You want to look at it and see how did our men and women keep the laws and the statutes and the commandments. You're looking at the examples and the righteous examples of moving in the spirit and trying to be blameless and errorless and Yahweh Shai and being, charitable and caretakers for our people. We got plenty of those examples. Then we looking historically what our people went through. This is why we went through everybody keeping of the Passover and looking and saying, okay, this is what it's about. Only way we can do that is we got to search out how our fathers and forefathers got down and the relevancy, how it impacts us today. So verse 9, it says, "For we are but of yesterday and know nothing, because our days are upon earth as a shadow." So we're all moving around in the dark until we start looking towards the past, looking at where the light is coming from. That's why I said, but we're of yesterday and don't know nothing. So we had to go seek out understanding from our forefathers and foremothers, man. We was lost in the world, running around here calling ourselves every derogatory term known to man, everything but a child of God. We didn't know who we were. We didn't know about the sanctity of the Sabbath and how we supposed to keep it holy. We didn't know anything about all those things. But we look back and now we're trying to get understanding. All right. Verse 10, it says, "Shall not they teach thee and tell thee in other words out of their heart? Can the rush grow up without mire? Can the flag grow without water? Whilst it is yet in the greenness and not cut down, it withereth before any other herb. So are the paths of all that forget the Most High, and the hypocrite's hopes shall perish." So this is why we can't be hypocritical when we're moving in this truth, man. You know, we try to be, as upright and upstanding as we can. You know, don't say nothing, do nothing that you haven't done, won't do, aren't prepared to do. You know, setting people up on crash missions and crash dummy missions and all of that. And the Lord said that's what America does. America is a hypocritical nation, and that's why the Lord said they're going to perish. You put on the daughter in God we trust, and you don't trust the Most High. They're removing Bibles from the schools. They're removing the laws and the commandments of the Most High. The Robinsons, man, y'all just sent me an article that I seen this morning about a federal court case in what state was that? I think it was in Pennsylvania or something like that, where they're trying to step on the Sabbath laws. You're talking about this Mennonite, clearly an Edomite, a Mennonite. Those are like the Amish. Was working for the post office for 7 years, and never worked the quote unquote Sabbath, which was they keeping a Sunday. And they told him, look, either you gotta start working, or we got to make a decision about your job. And he quit. And I guess he's trying to get a understanding about a lawsuit. But now they're putting in clauses in the federal court case saying that jobs don't have to uphold your religious beliefs if it means them taking losses, financial losses. So they said, well, yeah, we're taking losses financially. The impact of him not going around carrying around mail is impacting us financially. He's causing disturbances within the company, strife, amongst other workers, envy amongst other workers, and all of that. So, they stand on that, and then the courts are saying, yeah, you're right. Yeah, if you're losing money and it's causing problems within your job, man, get rid of the problem. Religious beliefs don't stand. We can't stand on that. So, they're coming for the Sabbath too, which is Sunday for them. But it won't even matter. Even if you keep in the correct Sabbath, it won't even matter, because they're basically saying, if your job eventually says this is impacting our bottom line, and now the only difference is he's working a federal job. The federal, they hold a different standard than state and local jobs and unions. So some of us and some still have legs to stand on whenever they enact that. But make no mistake about it, man. If you leave it to the path that he's on, man, the devil, he's coming for it all. He's coming for it all. But that's the hypocrite, though. But he says he believes in the Most High. He trusts in the Most High, does he? No, he doesn't. That's why the Most High said the hypocrite's hope is going to perish. Anybody that's holding on and wrapping themselves in the American flag and praying for peace and praying that everything works itself out, and we want to further on and make America great again, and we're going to build back better. And you hold on to that foolishness, man. The Lord said you're going to die right along with America, because the hypocrite nation known as America is set to perish. See this? It says, whose hope shall be cut off and whose trust shall be a spider's web. Oh, go ahead and trust in the economy. We're going to pull it around. We're going to keep doing rate hikes and rate cuts, and reinvest back into real estate, reinvest back in the market. Trust the banks. We got everything worked out. Don't worry. soon as you start trusting in anything outside of the Most High, the Lord said you caught in the web, just waiting for the damn black widow to come down there, taking its time, and you struggling on the web trying to get out. Oh, I realized I want out, and the damn spider is just creeping down slowly but surely. Oh yeah, struggle all you want to. You're just gonna get cut. You pull one arm off and you go grab the other one. Now your hand is stuck over here. You're stuck. And Black Widow coming down there ready to just go ahead on and inject you with the poison and destroy you. Okay. That's what that's the destiny of America, man. So let's get to it. Let's get to it. And we'll look at some of these articles. All right. Look, FBI arrest. Everybody heard about this by now. FBI arrests 21-year-old guardsman in a leak of classified military documents. So this guy, Jack Teixeira, was sharing classified military documents on, I think it was like a gaming app or a social media app called Discord. So, they was trying to say, oh, he was just sharing it with his buddies online. He didn't think it was a big deal. And the question is, they said this guy was a National Guard member. This is like a civilian armed forces. He wasn't high ranked in any particular real military fashion. Not to say anybody that's in the National Guard isn't real military, but they're backups. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you're playing on a sports team, you're a backup. You might be at the end of the bench. You're not first string, second string. You might be third, fourth string. And that means if the first two get injured, they out for the season. The third one, he's going to start, and you're going to back him up. And it's limited with their years of service. I think National Guard might do like 2 years. And the other factions, I think they do like 4. Is your initial contract. Quab, you can correct me if I'm wrong on that. But nonetheless, this guy's National Guard. He gets a hold of these classified documents. Means maybe he knew somebody that dumped them off to him, or either that he's some high-level hacker that got access into. Who knows? But nonetheless, they found him with the quickness. But remember all of those comments that they were talking about. With Trump. Oh, we need to go ahead on and spill blood in the streets. We need to go out here and riot. Oh, he's getting arrested. We can't stand for this. He's arrested for our sin. Well, how come they didn't track down them those IP addresses and go arrest them real quick for trying to incite a riot and insurrection and sedition and all that? Where are those people at? So that lets you know, man. If Esau want to find you, he'd find you like that if he really wants to. They found this dude like that, but this information was powerful. That was leaked out, and it just goes to show you also, man, where America is at in its internal infrastructure, which just gives us more incentive to know that this place can't stand. Mark 3:25 and 26. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but hath an end. You understand? So this guy's on the inside. He's seeing these documents. He's like, oh, hell no, they lying. They doing all this other stuff, man. You got stuff in there. They were saying the U.S. intelligence was admitting that the death toll in Ukraine against the Russians, the Ukrainians are dying 7-1. But that ain't what they're putting out in the press. They telling you all the Russians just bumbling and fumbling. They getting destroyed. They're wasting their time. As Putin's is inside intelligence saying, no, Ukraine's getting their butts whooped. Right? This is the reason why they're constantly begging for more weapons. They begging for more money. They panhandling around the world. Zelensky begging anybody for help. And that's the truth. They said that they don't stand a chance in even winning this thing. And they over there now got NATO. People in NATO's looking, and that's why France just met up with Xi Jinping. The French President Macron met up with Xi Jinping last week. He's like, look, man, this thing ain't looking good. And we're not going to keep sending money and weapons over here to this lost cause, man. I might defect and go over here and holler at y'all. And France is a member of NATO. You got other nations within NATO that's like, look, enough is enough, man. This is a waste of time. We don't want this no more. But America and the rest of the UK and the stronghold of NATO are saying, no, we're in it to win it, man. And once it's engaged, we got to go all out. And we're not taking a loss, even if it means we got to go ahead on and do a false flag, set up Putin, and initiate nuclear war. That's why they keep talking about tactical. Oh, we're going to keep it tactical. We'll keep it over there. We won't let it go worldwide. But Putin is like, if you even try one little thing, I'm taking it worldwide. So there's no guarantees you can. The beast, man, coming out dripping, poison off of his fangs, talking about, don't worry, I got it under control. That ain't happening. So when you see internal documents, now you're seeing Satan rising up against himself, man. This guy, Teixeira, he pops up and says, man, I got to put this out. Even if that means he's going to get locked up, he's going to do some time, he's going to be up out of here. But guess what? The information is out already. So the documents is out, right? Massachusetts Air National Guard member was arrested Thursday in connection with the disclosure of highly classified military documents about the Ukraine war and other top national security issues, an alarming breach that has raised fresh questions about America's ability to safeguard its most sensitive secrets. So look at that. Look at it. This is part of the documents. Leaked Pentagon documents revealed China successfully tested a new hypersonic nuclear capable missile in February with a high probability of penetrating U.S. defenses. So they get knowledge of all of this, man. This is how you know Esau has got his eyes on everything. He thinks he's the most high, man. That's what's so crazy. Ecclesiasticus. 120. I think it's 23. Yeah, look at it. 23 and 19 is Sirach. It says, such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men and considering the most secret parts. This is what Esau tries to be. He tries to be the most high. He wants the secret parts. He's got the top secret documents, the classified information. He's the one over here observing and seeing, oh yeah, we saw China over there. They launched that nuke, man. And that thing could hit us too. And we ain't got nothing that can stop it. Mark that down. Keep it as top secret. Don't let this out. We don't want to panic the people. We don't want to panic the military. We don't want anybody to, assume that we're vulnerable. So let's keep that on the low. As he's got everything set up for every, all the technology based upon spying. Anything that's quote unquote smart means we're listening. Smart meaning we're watching. It ain't just about, hey, Siri, tell me how to get to Disneyland. Putting your phone up to the speaker of the damn radio. What song is this? Oh, that's from such and such. That ain't what it is, man. Your refrigerator telling you you're running low on orange juice and eggs, and it reads out on the damn screen. They got all of that now, man. The dishwasher I brought out articles years ago. They talking about the dishwashers is listening in, all them smart LG new dishwashers got microphones listening in on you. Roku now, they got their version of Ring. Google got, that's the type of surveillance. You got satellites all over the damn place watching everything. That's what he's doing. And now Esau, the National Guard guy, Teixeira, he got a hold of this information, said, let it out. Because here he is with the God complex thinking that he can replace the Most High as a God. So he's got the information. That's why I said Most High said he knows about the secret parts of man. Esau says, well, I do too. Well, now them secrets is out now, Jack. So we're all privy to what's going on. If, anybody got a hold of or watched any of the information that was being reported on. It says among the classified documents leaked by Jack Teixeira was a February 28th top secret report at the Joint Chiefs of Staff Intelligence Directorate. The document said that on February 25th, China had successfully tested a new hypersonic intermediate range ballistic missile called the DF-27. And it possesses a highly probability of penetrating U.S. missile defense systems, the report said. So how about that? You know, we worried about if America can get hit with a nuke. They keep talking about America's impenetrable. Nobody's going to come over here. That ain't what the scriptures say. The scriptures say, man, this place is going to get hit. It's going to get hit. All right. And now we're seeing the capabilities of Russia and China in particular with weapons that can, and North Korea. They said they got a nuke that can get over here in 15 minutes. Whether or not that's true, who knows? But, you know, they done ran a few tests and some of them failed. But still, we know these other nations got them too. So let's continue. Intelligence leak exposes U.S. spying on adversaries and allies. See, that's what I'm saying. That's the nature of the hypocrite. Notice they was up in arms about, oh, China sending a spy balloon over here. Man, they're watching our moves. They're gathering intelligence on us. But if anybody paid attention, when Slow Biden was asked about it, he said, oh, that's no big deal, man. Everybody's spying on everybody. We know. It's no big deal. Just like he's talking about these documents. Oh, yeah, no big deal. I mean, this dude is so distant from reality, man. It's not even funny. He don't even know what's going on. Look at this. Proverbs 20 and 18:19. It says, every purpose is established by counsel, and with good advice make war. So anything that we do, anything in our lives, man, we're supposed to consult on it via the scriptures. If you've got, you know, senior elders or whatnot that can provide counsel with purposes in life, you get that counsel, you know, and get a right frame of mind to move forward in life. You know, they're not to make the counsel isn't to help you make decisions in your life. You take the counsel, you take the wisdom, you take the knowledge of the scriptures that's provided to you, you take the information, you take whatever, and then you make a wise decision based upon the gathering of intelligence that you got. You know, and then it says, and with good advice make war. So this is what they do in these particular council meetings, and you know, these think tanks and these areas of military strategies. America, all the nations do it, and then they document it down, stamp on there classified, lock it away in certain establishments and flash drives and hard drives and computers and all the other stuff. And meanwhile, these documents come out. But look at this. Verse 19, it says, he that goeth about as a talebearer revealeth secrets. So this is the problem, you know, not only within Israel, the world in itself. Talebearing is against the laws of the Most High, man. Talebearer is a rumor spreader. Talebearer is the one who runs off and, you know, gets a little piece of information and then runs off and tells somebody else, spreading someone's business. You know, if somebody gives you information or has you hold information in confidence, you're supposed to hold that. The scriptures say, man, don't reveal it. It ain't going to kill you. Leave it alone. But then you get something that they in this circle, that circle, this circle, that circle. Oh, yeah, I heard they doing this over here. Yeah, I heard this over there. I heard that. Yeah, they doing this over there. Hey, girl, did you see this? Yeah, man, she doing this, that, and the third. Hey. That's against the laws of the Most High, man. If a brother reveals something to you, man, and y'all got to see, understand it, all lawful, mind you. Understand, he say, yeah, brother, let me tell you something, man. You know, me and my wife going through it, blah, 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 man. And, you know, I'm trying to get this counsel together. The brother take that and say, yeah, man, brother told me, man, him and his wife is on the house and and he didn't tell 5 other brothers. And then they tell their wives. And now everybody looking at the brother saying, look at them. They got problems over there. That's against the law. That's violation of the law of the Most High, man. You're not supposed to do that. It says, he that goeth about as a talebearer reveal the secret. So essentially, this guy, Teixeira, is a talebearer, and he's revealing secrets. But guess what? Who benefits from it? Really, you know, it doesn't impact us, but what it does is have confirmation of what's going on with America, what's going on in the world, the status of these particular wars, where it could escalate to, what's lies and what's not lies or whatnot. So the Most High put the Spirit on him to do that, so things can be revealed. It says, therefore, meddle not with him that flattereth with his lips. So somebody who's over flattering, somebody who's constantly trying to gain your favor and talking good stuff to you. The Most High said, man, don't even meddle with people that are always flattering you. But sometimes, they're doing it for an advantage, man. The scriptures even tell you, if he had needed thee, he'll use thee. That ain't just Esau. Our own people do it. Definitely the heathen do it. So we just got to be careful. And we see instances like this can be a problem, right? Look at this in Sirach 27:21. It says, as for a wound, it may be bound up, and after reveling, there may be reconcilement. So the Most High is acknowledging how to deal with particular issues, personal, private, whatever the case may be. It says certain things can be overcame, certain things can't. You know what I'm saying? But it says, as for a wound, it may be bound up. After reveling, there may be reconcilement. But he that betrayeth secrets is without hope. So, once these things, we're seeing all the things that go on in America, he's within the inner workings of America. There's no hope, for him, for America, all of that, man. People all over the world is now hearing about this, seeing some of the secrets that America's been holding on to, man. So, we're going to see everything that's going to be revealed through these things. Now, one thing that came out, the U.S. is spying on its adversaries and its allies. The U.S. don't trust nobody. But that's them. That's Job 9:24, the earth being given into the hand of the wicked. He's in control of the earth, man. He's doing it all. He's policing the world. Numbers 13 and 16-17 says, these are the names of the man which Moses sent to spy out the land. And Moses called Oshea, the son of Nun, Jehoshua. Verse 17, and Moses sent them to spy out the land of Canaan and said unto them, get you up this way southward and go up into the mountain. So these are all part of, spy games. Spy games, espionage. Let's look at that word. Espionage. This is what's going on right now. It's like movie type stuff. Espionage, the practice of spying or using spies to obtain secret information, especially regarding government or business. The practice of spying, secret observation, the acts or utterances of another by a spy or emissary, offensive surveillance. Offensive surveillance. So America's committing offenses, surveilling not only their enemies, but also their adversaries. They're supposed to be trusting their adversaries. Trusting their adversaries, right? Not the adversaries. What do they call them? Their allies. I'm tripping. So they've been spying on, I think they said South Korea, Israel, somebody else too. They've been spying on their allies as well. So look at it. Spy, one who secretly collects information concerning the enemies of a government or group, one who secretly collects information or business about one or more of its competitors, one who secretly keeps watch on another or others. So America's entrenched in deep spy games. They're being hypocrites because they run around talking about, oh, China's spying on us. We need to stop them. Look at this. And meanwhile, they're doing the same things, man. That's the hypocritical nature. That's why they ain't really made no big deal about what happened over there in China and them getting busted. They just basically was like, you know what? Hey, it is what it is, man. You caught us, we caught you. Let's call a spade, man, and let's leave it alone. You go about your business, we'll go about ours. They ain't really made no big hoopla about it since. Oh, we caught the and they said that they found the contents of the balloon, so-called balloon, spy balloon, and they said that China got some valuable intel. But what are they gonna do? Everybody's spying on everybody, man. That's part of the game. That's how governments get down. But now the fact that America is spying on everybody, whether they're adversaries or allies, they don't give a damn because they're in control of the earth. The Great Horror got to, watch all of its tricks and its Johns out there in the earth. They doing what they do. All right. So let's continue. Ukraine war leak shows Western special forces are on the ground. What? Say it ain't so. How long ago did I bring that out? That the proxy war, World War III, is already started, man. U.S. forces is already down there. Uh, Forces in England is already down there. They already boots on the ground. They tell me, oh no, we're not on the ground. Who said that? No, that's lies. And all of a sudden, you got documents that says just the exact opposite, man. So essentially, man, World War III is already underway, but it's in measure. Okay, let's remember that it's in measure. The UK is among a number of countries with military special forces operating inside Ukraine, according to one of dozens of documents leaked online. So we see that the UK is confirmed there. Look down here. According to the document dated the 23rd of March, the UK has the largest contingent of special forces in the Ukraine, 50, followed by fellow NATO states. Latvia got 17, France got 15, the US got 14, and the Netherlands got 1. So regardless of the number of military forces, special ops going on over there, doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is that they're there. They're there. They're helping fight, train. They're in there, getting busy with the Ukrainians. And it's on record, it's documented, man. So they're in the mix. So when Putin came out months ago talking about he's shifting his focus towards NATO and the West, Ukraine is really washed up. The real war is with America and NATO. People are saying, oh, he's trying to incite a new war. He wants to start with, he's saying the obvious. He's like, man, y'all already down here. It's already up. So I might as well go ahead on and concentrate on the rest of y'all. But the Mockingbird media, they know how to spin it, man. They know how to, throw the spin on it. Oh, no, it's him. He's the one initiating all of it. He did it. Oh, really? Now the information is coming out, man. So another proof of the hypocritical nature of Esau and America. Troops is down there. Look at the 14 U.S. Special Forces on the ground in Ukraine. On the ground. Now they say, oh, it's only 14. It's not really like we got a whole legion over there. You don't have to. You don't have to. You're there. Look at this guy. Remember him? Oh, they ain't going to play it? Oh, there you go. Remember this guy? Oh, don't do that.
Putin's war against Ukraine will never be a victory. Democrats are rising to meet the moment, rallying the world on the side of peace and security. We're showing a strength that will never falter. But look, the idea that we're going to send in offensive equipment and have planes and tanks and trains going in with.
Yep. No. Well, U.S. is running low on some weapons and ammunition to transfer to the Ukraine. Biden announced the U.S. will send Abrams tanks. The Ukraine signaling a new phase of war. He said the idea, if you even think about that, he thought about it and he's doing it. What did he say?
American pilots and American crews.
American pilots and American crews. If that happens, we just got to seeing they're over there.
Just understand, and don't kid yourself, no matter what y'all say. That's called World War III. Okay? Let's get it straight here, guys.
See that? EU official. Russia ships war focus to NATO and the West.
That old expression, don't kid a kidder.
Don't kid a kidder, huh? Straight out the mouth of the damn serpent himself. I mean, come on. What are we talking about? Let's move on. So, is World War III underway? You tell me. In measure, absolutely. America flexes its nuclear muscle. Now they're over there flexing more muscle, more intimidation, trying to back down China, trying to back down Russia, letting it be known that we're going to, we're mobilizing over there, man. We're letting it be known that our presence is going to be felt. We're going to defend Taiwan if necessary. If the cat is out the bag as far as Ukraine is concerned, let's make sure that we got some, ample troops and uh, uh, tankers over there and subs and everything else. So America flexes this nuclear muscle. Notice that nobody's talking about nothing. All the nuclear capable countries now are all bringing out their nukes. It ain't about, we're going to bring out these particular missiles or that particular, they're talking nukes. You talking 0 to 100 real quick, to quote Drake. That's where we're at right now. Nobody's talking about, small time proxy wars or whatever the case may be no more. They like, look, the next level of this thing is got to go nuclear. So we're going to make sure that everybody knows what we got. Other nations are saying we letting them know what they got, and this is where they're at. America flexes its nuclear muscle. 2 B-52 long-range bombers with nuclear capability fly alongside South Korean fighter jets hours after Kim Jong-un warned enemies will suffer in endless fear with test launch of latest ICBM missile. So North Korea is still launching their ICBMs. America rushes out there, man, and to stand beside South Korea, of whom they're spying on. They're over there spying on South Korea, man. Don't even trust them, but running over there acting like we're going to defend you. Don't worry. How settling can that be for South Korea? But they can't do nothing about it. That's White Zaddy, man. They're going to bow down to him. They'll say, yeah, spy on us. Whatever you want to know, boss. Whatever you need to know, White Zaddy. You come get whatever you want from us. Just so long as you don't remove the nipple out of our mouth. U.S. Navy challenges Beijing in South China Sea amid Taiwan drill. So not only are they over there in South Korea flexing against North Korea, now they're doubling back over here in the South China Sea, letting Beijing know and letting China know, hey, we're over here too. You see how America's getting spread thin? Oh, and you're over there in Ukraine. Oh, and you're over there in Africa. Oh, this is how America's going. Ultimately, the infrastructure, the military infrastructure that they have is going to collapse. Even though they got 700, military bases all over the damn world, but they're eventually going to get ran thin, because a lot of these nations now you're seeing are turning their back and telling America, we don't need you, we don't want you no more. Get up out of here. You understand? So they're threatening China now. These operations demonstrate that the United States will fly, sail, and operate wherever international law allows, regardless of the location of excessive maritime claims and regardless of current events. So that lets you know, America said, we're going to do whatever we want. We're going wherever we want. We're going to fly, sail, operate, as long as it's quote unquote international law that we set. We're going to go over here and we'll put military bases and bombs over here if we want to. We're going to fly over this sea if we want to. We're going to send subs and strategic tankers over here if we want to. Who's going to stop them? See? Look, China military is ready to fight after drills near Taiwan. So right after America did that, they said, well, if it's on, it's on. Is that where we're going with it? China said, we're ready to get down if you want to go there. China's military declared Monday it is ready to fight. That's quote. After completing 3 days of large-scale combat exercises around Taiwan that simulated sealing off the island in response to the Taiwanese president's trip to the U.S. last week. The Taiwanese president, whatever her name is, she came over here and met with Senator McCarthy, who's a House Speaker for the Republicans over here, against China's wishes. China said, man, don't go over there and deal with that hoe. Don't do it. And the Taiwanese said, no, white man, we're in good hands with the beast. We're going over there to go, chop it up with the gray horn. We're doing it. And McCarthy said, yeah, don't worry about it. we're going to defend you regardless. If China wants problems, know that America's got your back. And he essentially said that as a statement when Xi Jinping came out and was like, "Hey, you doing that? Repercussions is gonna fly." And he said, "Don't worry about that. We got your back." And the little Asian woman, little Moabite, fell into his arms. You know, white cape, the so-called white knight in shining armor, man. Really, he's damn Darth Vader. Let's continue. Iran kickstarts a multi-front Middle East war against Israel. So rumors of wars, man, they're still going at it over there. Remember all of the bombings and the raiding of the mosques and all that other stuff that was happening in Israel? These quote-unquote holy wars is going on over there. That's still going down. They're still bombing. They're still fighting. They're still pillaging each other over there. But notice it said a multi-front Middle East war. Because remember, Iran, they done linked up back with Arabia. They done linked back up with Syria. And now they're creating a multi-front war to go against Israel. And guess what Israel's going to do? America, help. America, help. That's going to be another thing America's got to get themselves involved in. And meanwhile, all them other particular countries, the United Arab Emirates, the Arabs, Iran, Syria, they're all looking at Russia and China saying, hey, help. Oh, and we want to get down with the BRICS. We want to get down with that economy. We want to separate ourselves. Everything and anything has to do with America. See how all this is lining up in measure. The Islamic Republic's proxies and allies appear to have begun a multi-front conflict with Israel over the past week. So we're seeing this particular war that's breaking out. Okay. So the Islamic coalitions, Hamas, Hezbollah, all of them, they're all coming together, coming up against Israel, and Israel's going to go whine into America to save them and help them. Ukraine says it has been forced to alter its counterattack plans after U.S. intelligence leak revealed top secret military details as Russia starts scorched earth bombing of Bakhmut. So now the Ukraine saying, man, now that the docs came out, we got to rethink our plan. We can't go do what we thought we was going to do. This is out. And meanwhile, Russia's getting ready to start laying the hammer down on them because now the weather's starting to change up. See, things kind of slowed down a bit because of the weather. It gets cold over there. The grounds freeze over. You can't roll them tanks, can't do all that other stuff. Now it's starting to, spring is kicking in. Now they're getting ready to start motivating over there, man. And Russia said they got big plans. They're getting ready to go scorch earth, as they say here, and start bombing one of the regions in Ukraine. And now it's sending the Ukrainians over there scrambling, saying, well, we got to change plan. We don't know what we're going to do now. Only thing else they can do is go ahead on start begging for more help. Look at this. It says Ukraine says it has been forced to alter its plans for a spring counteroffensive after a leak of classified U.S. intelligence documents revealed top secret military details, according to a report. The documents, which emerged online, included details ranging from the war in Ukraine to China, the Middle East, and Africa. Notice how the whole earth. America's got detailed reports, classified information on the whole damn earth. All the continents. They over there spying, watching, got their hands in everybody's pockets and pots. You feel me? And now we're seeing why America is who it is. Anybody wonder if this is spiritual, Babylon, Egypt? There's no question. Who's calling the shots, man? There's no question when the scriptures say the wicked, the earth's been given into the hand of the wicked. The earth. Who's controlling and running the earth? Wait, the central hub is right here. And it's got tentacles spread out throughout the damn earth, man, touching everybody and everything. And got the damn, like a damn, what do you call it? The octopus. They got the suctions planted down on many of these countries and nations with a tight grip on them and not letting anything go. So Ukraine now is scrambling because this information that came out, man. As spring offensive nears, Ukraine is drafting reinforcements. Oh, look at this. I thought they was winning the war. Now they're running looking for more help. The men in uniform could show up almost anytime, anywhere, anytime. They knock on civilians' front doors and randomly stop them on street corners, handing out draft papers that can turn lives upside down. You see that? This is how you know when that document said that the Ukrainians are dying every 7 Ukrainians die for 1 Russian. This is why they're running around here saying, hey, you know what? We need help. Knocking on doors saying your country needs you. Come on, suit up. That don't sound like a nation that's winning this war hands down. With all the resources, all the information, all the money, all of the weapons, all of the training, all the help that they're getting from the, NATO, they ain't got it. They can't hold it down. So look, Ukraine needs more soldiers and fast. This from the Washington Post. This ain't from, some blog. Kiev is preparing for an imminent assault on Russian occupying forces, and while Ukraine does not disclose its casualty counts, doesn't disclose it. That's why when they locked down on their media, and they said that everything got to roll through through the government, otherwise it can be criminal. They want to control the narrative. They want to control the information that goes out, and then Big Brother, America, pops up and says, "Don't worry," and we've got all of our media that's going to back up the storylines. They don't disclose their casualty counts. Commanders in the field have described large losses. In a trove of leaked classified files, the U.S. government recently estimated that between 124,000 and 131,000 Ukrainian soldiers have been killed or wounded since the start of the invasion, more than 5 times what Kiev has publicly disclosed. Case closed, man. More than 5 times what they're putting out there, man, is what actually been revealed in these documents, man. I rest my case. I'm done, Your Honor. The lies are just getting ridiculous. But the Most High said, hey, man, the son of perdition is going to be revealed and everything that comes along with it, man. So when we're seeing America getting put out there like that, that's what it is. Let's move on. Point proven. International anchors, airstrikes kills dozen in Myanmar. So, another war that's going on. I believe this is a civil matter that's happening over there. But just knowing there's wars happening all over the place. Uprisings of the people, as it says in 2 Ezra 9. They're still riding and going crazy over there in France over the pensions and, their involvement with this war and everything else. So warfare is going on all over the place. Dozens of people in central Myanmar were killed in airstrikes Tuesday, according to local media reports, and a witness contacted by AFP as the United Nations and Western powers condemned the attacks and demanded accountability. So, of course, here comes the UN. Here comes America. They got to go over there and figure out what's happening. The Southeast Asian country has been in chaos and its economy in tatters since the military seized power in a February 2021 coup. So, this is civil wars going on over there, man. And they got bombs going on, bodies dropping. I think they said 50 people died in total so far. The last count that I looked at, when this first came out, they didn't have a number, but I looked a day or two ago, was that up to like 50. But more wars going on all over the world. Now, let's look at this, man. Deadliest barn explosion in U.S. history obliterates 18,000 cows. Can you imagine? And we thought, that issue last year when we seen all them dead cows in Kansas, belly up, rigor mortis kicked in, and that TikTok video, and guys riding down, he's showing them all. Still ain't found out what happened with that. And then you think about all these chemical explosions, everything's going on, destroying of all these, food plants and manufacturing plants, and these things getting destroyed. I'm not saying that this is what happened here, but I'm gonna give you the angle where my thoughts is. All these cows dying, food supplies being put in jeopardy, right? Now, however this impacts, I'm sure it's going to have a huge impact on the dairy industry because you're talking 18,000 cows, $36 million worth. Gone. And you know what they said? They still haven't revealed the cause, right? But they're saying it could be methane from the manure and all that got too close to some electrical stuff, and the methane burnt, caused an explosion. Now, just the small little bit of information that I know about the global warming and all this other stuff and the greenhouse gases. One of the things that they say is a problem is the cows. Methane from the cows farting and all that other stuff. It uh, does some damage to the damn air and the earth and some other stuff, right? So all I'm saying to say that the angle that they're already starting to say is it's because of the cows. Now, mind you, they haven't came to a conclusion yet, but early reports are saying, "Oh, it's because of the cows and the manure and the lack of handling this stuff. Man, it's flammable. You can do this." So what are they gonna say? Let's get rid of the cows, man, so you can have Beyond Meat, so that you can eat bugs, so you can eat mealworms, so that we can supplement those things. You won't miss it. Don't worry about it. We've got alternatives already ready to go. Look, Bill Gates just got to saying that we can recycle sewage water and poop water and drink fresh water. Y'all seen that video? They tell you, hey, the technology's on deck. Don't worry. So they're going to utilize this to push that agenda, in my opinion, because this is what they're already starting to. They're already starting to, without full investigation and everything else. They're already assuming, oh yeah, it probably was this particular incident because of the methane and the manure and the poop and everything all up. So they can start instituting. Oh, this Build Back Better. Oh, we need to go ahead and this Great Reset. Oh, we need the digital ID. We need to use every little crisis can't go to waste. Okay, so it's an explosion at South Fork Dairy in Dimmitt is the worst farm fire monitors have seen. A worker was trapped inside a milking building during the fire and was rescued. Local residents are concerned about the after effects the blast will have on their local economy. Yeah. So not only is it going to have an effect on the economy, it's going to have an effect on the food supply, what they're going to do, what type of changes they're going to try to institute to convince the people, hey, this is more safer. We don't want more cows dying, do you? All you animal activists and all that? You don't want to see that, do you? Here's a cheaper, more efficient, faster way that we can make things happen. Yeah, after about 5 years of consuming the stuff, man, it's probably going to kill you. But hey, we're trying to reduce population anyway. So what's the big deal? It's for the earth. So we was looking at prices of some of the dairy things up now. Well, let's see what happens after this smoke clears. No pun intended. Definitely toxic. Hunters forced from homes as Indiana plastics fire continues to burn. I mean, this is just par for the course, man, as far as what's happening in the earth. I mean, we see what happened with you know these chemical spills over there in Ohio, uh, Detroit, Minnesota. Um, where else have we seen them? Arizona. I mean, they're all over the place. Chemical spills, trains derailing, factories on fire. Now we just seen another toxic chemical plant, plastic chemical plant, Indiana, burning. Officials in Richmond, Indiana said Wednesday that a fire that broke out at a plastic facility on Tuesday is expected to continue burning for several days, sending huge plumes of black smoke and toxins in the environment there. Oh boy. Isaiah 24, verse 4 and 5. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. See, this is what we're seeing now. All of the haughty people, all the people that was mocking and talking crazy against the scriptures now, they're languishing now. More people are starting to become quote unquote what? Woke. Oh yeah, I know what's going on. I see what's happening. Oh yeah, Illuminati. It's too late for all of that Illuminati. If you're not in the knowledge of this word, man, you can forget about it. You know, they seeing the earth mourning and fading away, deteriorating. They just found a I don't know if I included it in this PowerPoint, this DSCM or not, but they just seen up in I think it's the coast of Portland. The fault line is cracked underwater, and they're saying that could make way for a 9 point plus earthquake in the near future. You know, and that's what they be talking up from what they've been talking about, a big one hitting from Washington State all the way down to California. One that's going to come from the ocean and is going to cause a tsunami and all kind of damage and hell. Now they're saying they're finding now the fault line crack. See, I don't think I put it in here, but let me see. Yeah, see the mega earthquake fears as experts puzzle over a crack in the 600-mile-long U.S. fault line. Red alert for magnitude 9 mega earthquake off the Pacific coast. Experts fear mega earthquake as a mysterious crack appears. Mysterious. See, this was going on right now, man. But what are people doing right now? What are they up to? Go figure. Toxicity all over the place, man. The earth is in mourning. And our people's out there getting high right now, going to LGBTQ plus parades, taking their kids to drag queen story times, going getting their butts done. I mean, everything that ain't got a whole amount to a whole lot of nothing. And the earth is mourning and fading away. Verse 5, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, and broken the everlasting covenant. See what the earth even ends up suffering. When the children of the Lord is not in control and the earth been given into the hands of the wicked man, it's in the hands of a destroyer. And he's going to destroy the whole damn earth if you leave it in his hands. This is why he's running around with his little damn green hat on talking about, we got to save the earth. Well, after what? You've been destroying it? It's your fault. Give our people the liberty, man, and come back and keep these laws and do what we need to do. And learn your position as a servant and a handmaid. And, prepare for change and bondage, and let the righteous men and women of the Lord and our King, IQAhmath, come back and rule this thing right. They ain't going to give it up without a fight. So even the earth is waiting for us to come back and rule in righteousness again. But as long as he's in power, we're going to keep reading about this type of stuff. Look at the economy, man. Whole Foods is closes as San Francisco flagship store after 1 year, citing worker safety. So now problems in Whole Foods up in San Francisco. They had to shut it down. An enormous Whole Foods in downtown San Francisco that just opened last year is temporarily closing. So that's more people unemployed, more people back on the streets looking for jobs, more people trying to get, their unemployment benefits. They're probably going to have to fight for it because of all the EDD scamming that was going on. I said the company has concerns about worker safety, forced to shut down. Incidences of theft in San Francisco have gained national attention, though crime has generally fallen over the past 6 years. So, they're pumping it up saying, oh, it's because of homelessness and crime. But they just said that crime has fallen in the past 6 years. But as long as they can blame it on some crackhead Negro on the street or whatever, for them saying, look, business bottom line money ain't looking too good. We need to consolidate power. We're going to shut this down. Put these Negroes and Hispanics back out on the streets again. All these Democrats, ran cities is all the ones that's getting pillaged and getting tore up. And it doesn't even matter because even if the Republicans is in, they're going to make sure the Jakes stay poor either way. It's a no-win situation. That's why voting is ridiculously vain. Everybody's against us. Okay, look at this. Out of style, beloved grocer And Whole Foods rival is closing popular location in the face of a sales apocalypse. This is similar to a Whole Foods store called Country Style Market in Michigan, or it says 65 miles north of Michigan. They're getting ready to close up shop because of a quote sales apocalypse. So the economy ain't all good. Everybody is out here struggling, man. They said that over 60% of Americans is check to check. Oh, well, I hope they included all of Israel because it's probably higher than that. If you leave it to our people. Look at Missouri shoppers face more store closures. Check here for the latest list. In that list, there's CVS, Best Buy, some store called Tuesday Morning, and Bed Bath and Beyond. All of those is closing up in Missouri. So we're seeing a whole apocalyptic crash of stores, service industry is completely collapsing, man. It's gonna make hell on earth even more real within this next year and moving forward. You saw all these people now is gonna be out of work, man, and looking for jobs, and the only experience that they have is service industry experiences. And if that's your industry and those places are being shut down and closing down left and right, and then the ones that they do have open, they're saying, well, actually, we've got robots now that can handle that. So there's really no need for you over here. What's going to happen to them people, man? What are they going to do to survive? They're either going to come quick, fast, and hurry with the universal basic income and really start locking everybody into the system of the beast even more, or they're just going to make it dog eat dog world, survive however you can. Second of the 15, a man going into his neighbor house, breaking into his house for lack of food and bread, and sedition amongst men turning on their own brothers. That's what the scripture says is going to happen. So be aware, be prepared. All right. Walmart closes half of all its Chicago stores, signaling urban struggles. Remember in Portland, they just took the last two Walmarts up out of there. Jake lived in Walmart. Now you take away them. They used to have one on Crenshaw between King and Stocker. That was a huge Walmart, man. Every damn Jake in the hood was going to that place. When that thing closed down, it made Jake struggle and scramble around for the next place. Where that one-stop shop, they can do everything at Walmart. Now it's all closing up. And they're closing more stuff in that Crenshaw Mall area. I think they said it's the Macy's or one of them over there that's been there since the inception. That thing is closing down. So I know how Jake's relied that the next nearest Walmart is in Torrance. So now you're making Jake's travel to go get what they need at their little one-stop shop spots. So now you're taking this from Jake's in Chicago. They said talking about signaling urban struggles. I mean, let them wild ass Jakes over there in Chicago now have more reason to rape, rob, pillage, and do whatever. I mean, murder to survive or just enhance their foolishness. They will. But Walmart can't hold for it no more. Look at it. Burger King franchise with 118 restaurants files for bankruptcy after accruing debts of $14 million, triggering closures across 6 states. Will your local be closing? Look at that. Didn't last week we talk about McDonald's? I said, if McDonald's is in trouble, and they talking about layoffs and changing up the menus to save money and all this other, Burger King ain't no surprise here. No surprises here. You understand? They're struggling. Again, now you're putting 10 Tribe, Southern Kingdom brothers and sisters, man, out on these streets to survive. And they ain't got no experiences outside of, can I take your order, cleaning. And these jobs are being replaced with robotics, AI. And then you go into the next spot where they're like, look, we're closing too. We're laying off here too. We're reducing staff here too. Sorry, we don't have anything open. It's getting tough out there, y'all. But we said it last summer. Esau said, hey, in the next 6 to 9 months, 50% of companies are going to be laying off. And they holding true to it. And they ain't done. They're getting ready to ramp up and ratchet it up even more. This is just the beginning. Remember, the theme of today's lesson is measure all these things are going to be happening. Look what's going, and then here's the example what we're looking at. Where I always talk about Venezuela. Argentina is worse than that now. Zero capacity to save. Argentines buckle under 103% inflation. Can you imagine? We're only dealing with it's like 6.54 or something like that right now. Maybe a little bit lower as it's starting to creep down. At its high, it's probably, and those was cook numbers, man. It's probably higher than that, but publicly they're saying six something. They're at 103. And we were talking about, $6-7 gas at that 7% interest. Inflation. We were talking about $12 eggs at 7%. We're talking about the prices of food, meat, energy. They're at 103%. So just imagine that what we went through the last year and some change at only maxed out at like 7-8%. They're at 103. How are they surviving down there? Argentines, painfully accustomed to decades of spiraling prices, say that the current 102.5% and climbing inflation rate is on another level and is making it almost impossible to get by. They're getting ready to crash and burn that place, but guess who's been flying that cape going down there? China. China and Russia saying, hey, y'all need help? Swear off your allegiance to the great horde, man, and you can come over here with us. We might save you. They're desperate down there, man. You think they won't? Only thing they got going down there is a damn soccer team that won the World Cup. Other than that, they finished. Look, in my case, I have zero capacity to save, said Claudia Hernandez, a publishing company employee. I try to think that someday we're going to be better off, but the inflation we're living with today in Argentina is terrible. It feels like never before. See, that's the same thing everybody here in America go. Oh, I think someday is going to get better. Well, look at them. She's saying, I've been praying that that Argentina gets better. No, this place is destined to fall. It's over with. But that's how they string us along. Oh, don't worry, it's going to turn around. Oh, this is cyclical. Oh, this happens in the economy every 15, 20 years, every 50 years. And then you start seeing stories like this has never happened. This is unprecedented. And you're like, well, where's that history marker again that you were saying this is always happening? Don't worry, it's going to turn around. Oh, yeah, remember 2008, the housing market, man, it's going to turn around. It's all good. Just got to be patient. Just wait. And the way that America does, they just tease things because they can always go print up some money, flood the markets, and then they can make it look like, oh, things is up. Things is great. Don't worry. Oh, yeah, but meanwhile, you done pumped in trillions of dollars to help try to save this thing and try to make everybody believe that there's still hope. So that means our inflationary money that we're holding in our pockets and wallets and banks is all going down. The value is going down because America said we got to pump up the value a little bit more. Just like they always talk about balloons. You pump up more air, pump more up. It's only a matter of time, man. You keep pumping it explodes. But she says here, I try to think someday we're going to be better off, but it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. So that's why the Most High said, you don't put no hope into Egypt and put no hope into this place because it's only going to disappoint. It's destined to fall and be destroyed. Look, Fed economists project recession this year and a potential blow to Biden. The economic outlook is always difficult to foretell with any confidence. We've been in a recession for the last year and some change. They're just ready to come out and just say, yeah, you know what? Yeah, everything y'all said is true. We're just going on record admitting it. Now we can really lay down the damn hammer. So expect it to be even more tighter, more expensive over the next year and some change. They're going to try to carry this all the way into 2024 into the elections. They're going to use all of this as leverage for whoever they're trying to prop up as the next puppet. put everybody's hopes in, oh, the next person, they're going to get us out of this. They're going to save us. That's why these Edomites run around here praising Trump. He's the savior. He's the chosen one. You know, he's being persecuted for our sins. That's what they're trying to, you know, portray. So at least the next year and some change, all hell is going to be breaking loose economically, you know, politically, crime-wise, all of that, because they're going to utilize it as leverage towards this next election and moving forward with the next agendas that they're trying to set forth. Republicans want to raise the debt limit until May 2024. See that? If there is a dramatic cut in costs and a limit on a 1% budget increase every year. So remember, they got a debt ceiling. It expires in June. And America's got to decide they're going to run out of cash to pay their bills and all that by June. If they don't get the money, belly up, default on all their loans, it's a problem. So they're trying to decide. The Democrats are saying, well, we just need to raise the debt ceiling, print up some more money, and get it over with. And the Republicans have been holding out saying, no, we're not doing that. We're in enough debt. We're over $30 trillion in debt. We're not doing that. Now they're breaking a little bit, saying, well, we can raise it. We're only going to raise it for a year. It says if there's a dramatic cut in cost and a limit on 1% budget increase every year. So he said only if they cut costs in the spending of the money that they're going to increase the debt ceiling to, and only if they can the budget increases 1% every year. So if they can cook the books and make that happen, Republicans are saying, okay, cool, let's print up some more money. If they can't do it, come June, this place is a wrap. GOP makes first move in negotiations with Biden as summer deadline quickly approaches. Remember, they got till June before they're out of money. And they just had to print up trillions of dollars to save them banks. So now you're saying, okay, raise our debt ceiling. So it's just like you already got a maxed out credit card. And now here comes the credit card company. They say, hey, we got a credit increase for you. We can give you another $600. How's that sound? You want it? And you're saying, well, damn, I'm already in debt. My max limit is $2,000. And they're going to offer me another $600. Do I take the $600 and just be $2,600 in debt just to get by? Or do I say, nah, forget it, man. I'm just going to struggle. That's where America's at right now. They're saying we'll take the $600 so long as we can figure out how we're going to pay, how we're going to work out our spending and get this debt down. Otherwise, this thing going belly up and defaults on all they obligational payments. So we'll see what happens. GOP embraces a new foreign policy, bomb Mexico to stop fentanyl. You see what they're talking about? Republicans are suggesting everything from terrorist labels to an invasion to decimate the drug cartels in Mexico. Remember, they're going to continually slander Mexico. They're going to make Mexico look like the worst place in the world. Meanwhile, they're doing deals with them. They still, got love for Mexico. But remember, the Mexican president that came out against America, he's flirting with the BRICS. So now we're hearing about all the cartel problems, all the kidnaps, all the dang bot surgeries going on. The resort towns, stay away. Now they're saying, well, the best way here's the idea. If we want to stop fentanyl from coming to America, and it's coming through Mexico by way of China, by the way. Well, how about if we just, maybe we could bomb Mexico? A growing number of prominent Republicans are rallying around the idea to solve the fentanyl crisis. America must bomb it away. In recent weeks, Donald Trump has discussed sending special forces and using cyber warfare to target cartel leaders if he's reelected president, and per Rolling Stone, asked for battle plans to strike Mexico. Can you imagine? This was on the table. If he gets up in there. See, it's only a problem, man, when their children and their uncles and their nieces and all of that are dying from fentanyl and overdoses. They ain't no problem, man. If the blacks and Hispanics, man, we dropping dead, falling in the street, zombied out. They don't care. But because it's hitting them and this pill popping culture that they've already initiated because, you got child psychologists and all of them. in the schools at early ages, putting these kids on all kind of mood altering drugs. You know, in my day, man, kids, man, was scared of pills, man. Nobody was trying to swallow a pill. Nowadays, man, these kids are popping them like Skittles. They grow up taking pills. So now here they are getting strung out on all these drugs, man. Now America's like, oh, we got to stop this. Maybe if we, what do y'all think about bombing Mexico? This place done lost their mind, man. But this is how desperate they are in trying to collapse and shut down Mexico. These are the ideas that's on the table. Look, the new car smell is caused by chemicals linked to cancer. Is there anything out there, man, that's not cancer related? Is there anything that we can get going on that Esau is not tampered with, triggered towards trying to destroy us? That new car smell, man. You just got the new car. You pop in, man. Man, it smells like a new car in here. As they inhaling, and who knows? Who knew that the chemicals in the car, man, is linked to cancer? Sitting for just 30 minutes every day in a car exposes you to dangerous levels of carcinogens. Well, that's the average commute to people's works, people's jobs. Now that you're removing, Walmart's out of Chicago, now that could be the average commute for them to go to the damn grocery store. 30 minutes a day. Many of us spend more than 30 minutes a day in the car. God forbid that you have to commute and you taking freeways, highways, and all of that, and you deal with a damn hour and a half drive every day, sitting in your new car that you killed yourself just to live, slaving, working overtime. You're paying $1,200 a month. That's your car note plus your insurance because you need that new car. The insurance is going up because you got the new car. The interest rates and the cars are all overvalued right now, man. The car industry is just terrible. So, boom. You're paying to die damn near. Can you imagine the psychology of that? Your car note is damn near $1,000. You ain't got that great of credit, whatever. $1,000 to get this new car. Now your insurance says, well, you got a couple of accidents, man. You had a DUI 5 years ago. It's gonna cost about $300, man, to drive that car for us to insure you. You say, all right, fine, I need it, I want it. $1,300 you driving this car. You sit in the car, man, for more than 30 minutes a day, man. Now they talking about every time you inhale in there, man, you could be leading yourself closer to death. Only in America, man. The dangerous levels of carcinogens, researchers at Harvard and the Beijing Institute of Technology found levels of formaldehyde, a known carcinogen, was 35% above China's limit. Acetaldehyde, another possible cancer-causing chemical, was 61% higher. U.S. is facing a, quote, historical shortage of life-saving cancer drugs, doctors warn. Can you imagine? A historical shortage of life-saving cancer drugs now is happening because so many people are being diagnosed with cancer. So many people got it, man. I guarantee you, everybody in this chat probably knows somebody who either passed, has it, overcame it, family, friends, co-workers, somebody done had it. And now they're talking about a historical shortage of the drugs now. Because everything that's around us, everything we touch, smell, Esau done created this complete toxic environment, man, trying to kill everybody off. Look at this folly, man. Look at this. Mom slams California school for transitioning her daughter to a boy behind her back. When we talked about this, till the cows come home and blue in the face, how the school system is completely weaponized against the parents. They want to be the ones who raise and control our kids. And they're infiltrating them with creatures like this. They're saying, this is the new normal. This is acceptable. This is who can teach you. This is who can tell you if you're a boy or a girl. This is the one who's saying you can be non-conforming. You can be non-binary. You can be, whatever you want. They're empowering the schools. They've got teachers in social groups that's monitoring, tracking, watching the kids' online activities, sending them information to get their curiosities peaking, encouraging them through the books and the information that they're sending them out to read, having them write papers about erotic stories and all that other stuff. Remember that? Just covered that a couple weeks ago. Teacher got busted for telling all the kids to write erotic stories so she can get off on them reading all the papers. You seeing the kids as being, preyed upon by grown teachers, having affairs and sleeping with them and doing all kind of stuff, man. Just complete debauchery going on. And now this woman, she got to come out slamming the school district because they transitioning her daughter to be a boy behind her back as a district votes to keep parental secrecy policy. Bearded trans activist says teachers are protecting kids from hate and prejudice at home. So now the school district dictates how you parent. And you let a monster like this come out the damn woodworks of Troll Alley and saying, we got to protect the kids from hate and prejudice at home. I mean, this is what's going on in society now. Look at this. And meanwhile, they're going out shooting up schools, rioting and reveling in the streets, plotting further, assassinations of people, man. Seducing and destroying whole societies and cultures. And they're talking about they're being victimized. They're being subjected to hate and everything else. What? Look, who is William Whitworth? Trans teen arrested over school shooting plot. So right after this other school shooting, this guy pops up, another tranny, and he was trying to get ready to go spray up another school. This one ain't even getting that much of news press because they're constantly suppressing and saying that's okay. You guys are going through a lot. You're emotionally disturbed. We understand why you're upset. We agree that you should be seen and more visible. We agree that everything's going on. Yeah, we get it. Why you killed all them kids. We get it. We understand. We need to cater to you a little bit more. How about that? Colorado authorities arrested a 19-year-old former Colorado Springs student over plans to carry out multiple shootings in various schools in the area. The suspect, a trans teenager who's been identified by authorities as William Whitworth but goes by the name Lily, now faces attempted murder charges. Where's the report now to this? How come this isn't being blown up even more? How come they haven't been revisiting the Tennessee shooting? Because they're out there making excuses for these people, man. Lily. Now look at that. This is where it all heads to, man. This is their idols. This is who they worship, and this is who they following. This is the influence that America is pushing out there to the world. Sam Smith defiantly dons a devil headwear and holds a pitchfork before slipping into a sheer veil for first night of Gloria tour. After Satanic Bridge performance sparked furious backlash. It should spark furious backlash. And this dude is a stone cold sodomite. Maybe a wannabe tranny. I don't know. But they let him perform on the damn Grammys, his unholy song. They had no problem with that. He's still rolling around here saying he's the damn second coming of Satan now. This is Beelzebub incarnate. And he's a sodomite. So where's that spirit come from? Satan then. That lifestyle, satanic. What they're into, satanic. And that doesn't mean if you're a black or Hispanic and you caught in that you can't repent. You have to repent. You have to leave off from all matters of evil. You have to mortify your flesh and say, hey, you know what, man? I know this ain't right, man. That means I just got to be celibate the rest of my life. I got to stop my feminine ways. I got to stop trying to be more masculine and all that. For the Lord, you do it. If salvation, if your life means that much to you. If you want to go follow after damn heathens like this, man, good luck. Because you're going to be destroyed right along with it, man. But this is what America promotes. They push all this stuff out there. Look at it. I know y'all seen it. Dalai Lama, 87. 87 apologizes after kissing a young boy on the lips and asking the child to suck his tongue in a bizarre interaction captured on video at a charity event in India. I mean, if this dude could not contain himself in public, what's going on in private? This is the heathen, man. And these are the ones that they try to promote and prop up as being, the next versions of Gandhi and, the peacekeepers of the world, man, the most holy and most sacred and meditative, men on the earth, man, the most unblemished. Oh, the Dalai Lama. Yeah. What? And this dude in public, man, kissed this other kid. He don't know this kid. It's not his kid. I never even kissed my own sons on the lips, man. You crazy? He don't know this kid. Kid gives him a damn kiss on the lips, man, and then he says that wasn't enough. Give me some tongue. You see him over here? They had to blur the kid out, but if you seen the video, man, it's a little East Indian kid. And he said, "Oh, I'm sorry." Is that enough? Where's the parents at? Why not? Why has there been no charges on this, man? You said, well, what spiritual aspect is he talking about sucking on his tongue? What's that going to enhance? What understanding is going to come out of that? Footage captured the unsettling interaction between the boy and the spiritual leader. The uncomfortable video has sparked widespread outrage across social media. Tibetan Buddhist leaders' office issued an apology today in response to the criticism. The office responded and gave an apology. It didn't come out his mouth. Or some press release. This is what the heathen is up to. Look, Anheuser-Busch CEO offers a flat apology following Bud Light's Dylan Mulvaney backlash. Everybody's apologizing now because they're recognizing that they're the infidel ways, man, and they damn abominable actions getting caught out there, man. Everybody seen Bud Light, thought they was slick, man. Try to ride the trans wave. Threw this tranny on there that was going to be the face of Bud Light, man, and they lost like $6 billion in a week. And they were talking about, they was making that move because the company was already struggling. And they wanted to get away from the frat boy images of those only ones who drink the beer and thought, there's some Edomite female who's the head of marketing and all of that. They put it in her hands. And she apparently did this on the low because they said none of the higher ups knew that this was her plan and what she was going to do. And now it backfired. Because surprisingly, there is some people who still got some morals out there. But, look at who's drinking Bud Light. Jeb and Billy Bob and them drinking Bud Light saying, oh, hell no. Jeb, you see this madness? I seen what's in Kid Rock. He went out there and sprayed up like 2 24 packs with his gun. Everybody, all the redneck Edomites like, hell no, we ain't supporting Bud Light. So now Anheuser-Busch said, whoa, that's our, our main market, man. Let's apologize. They took $6 billion off the table in like a week. They put the tranny on the damn the can, picture of the tranny on the can, letting them do commercials. And they was like, man, them Edomites said, hell no. All the frat boys that they was, worried about being the only audience, they all said hell no. And that fast, man, the stock dropped everything. So now they coming out begging for an apology. Apologizing, begging for people to come back drinking Bud Light. Who's drinking Bud Light anyway, man? That's trash. Anyway, let's move on. Look at it. U.S. cuts aid to Uganda. Now everybody knows Uganda's standing on it, man. Uganda's not having it. They're not rolling with the LGBTQ wave. Haven't been for a while. Now, use this as an example. U.S. cuts aid to Uganda, cancels military exercise over anti-gay law. So, U.S., this is a 2014 article, right? This is under Obama. He says, man, cut off aid if they ain't with it. Mind you, he's the one that signed gay marriage into law and the whole nine. Now, he goes over there and tells Ugandans, man, if you don't like it, if you don't accept this, we're cutting off aid. That was back then, right? Now we know that Uganda done doubled down and said, we're not having it. We're putting this in the law. So now they're going back. Now I looked at this. First thing that pops up is fact checkers. Oh, U.S. didn't do that. U.S. is not sanctioning over the anti-gay law. Fact checkers immediately come out there trying to defend America, acting as if they have some moral high ground to stand on. The threat was there. It said U.S. threatens Uganda with possible sanctions over anti-gay law. This was March 23rd, 2023. So they sanctioned them in 2014, cuts the aid, and canceled military exercises over the anti-gay law in 2014. New president reenacts the law, says we ain't having it. And then you get the fact checkers running around there talking about, oh, the U.S. wouldn't do that. They already did it. And they're doubling back saying, we'll do it again if y'all don't knock it off. And Uganda saying, the hell with you, American, whatever. We see what y'all are doing, and we're not having it. And the only reason why that America would back down and say, okay, do what you need to do, is because, per Sirach, the 13th chapter, it says if he had need of thee, he'll use thee, because of the influence that Russia and China is having in Africa now. They don't want to lose their little allies and what they have left over there, because China and Russia is over there making clean sweeps of Africans over there. And now America's saying we can't afford to lose what stronghold and what little grip we have on Africa too. That's the only reason why they was back down on not sanctioning. But if they do, guess who stands on the same principles? China and Russia say, yeah, we don't deal with that folly either. So come on over here, Uganda. We got a little cash for you too. That's why Uganda standing even stronger. Like, man, we don't give a damn. America cut us off. So it says on Wednesday, the National Security Council spokesman John Kirby told journalists Uganda could face some sanctions. So that's why the fact checkers say they haven't said they didn't do that. It's not, they didn't cut off sanctions. It's the conversation. They said that it's already being in the works. They've done it before. They can do it and will do it again. That's why I said it could face. They're trying to get them to back down before they sign it into law. We would have to take a look at whether or not there might be repercussions that would have to take place, perhaps in an economic way, should this law actually get passed and enacted, Kirby said. So we'll have to take a look. No decisions. We're watching this very, very closely. Well, why are they watching it very, very close? What business is that of America's? That's Uganda. It's a whole other country. But Americans got, because they got their hands in everybody's pockets and looking at everything and controlling the earth, and the great whore that sit back saying, well, if you don't sip on this milk and you drink the poison of the wrath of this fornication, then you got problems with us. It's the only way this America on the outside can be looking and saying, we're paying attention to what you're doing over there in your country. And hopefully it won't pass and we won't have to do anything. Oh, so they have to act on another country's actions, another country's laws. See, the past bill is awaiting a presidential assent before becoming law. The European Union in a statement said the criminalization of homosexuality is contrary to international human rights laws. The European Union will continue engaging with the Ugandan authorities and civil society to ensure that all individuals, regardless of their sexual orientation and gender identity, are treated equally with dignity and respect. Well, we'll see what they do. Now, this is something I shared a while back. This is what I talk about: measurement, paying attention to what Esau does and how patient he is. This is state memorandum, okay? This is from a man called Frederick Jaffe. He's the vice president of Planned Parenthood in 1969. This was a memorandum. This was a population control document that came from Planned Parenthood President Frederick Jaffe. He submits it to the U.S. government. He says, here's my plan. And here's it down here. The source is down in the corner. If y'all want to try to get a hold of it, you can. A Family Planning Perspective Special Supplement, published by Planned Parenthood World Population, New York, 1970. Okay? And that's how long ago? 53 years ago? So, 1969, he drafts this up. These are all different things that he's trying to get implemented. And we'll see how many did he do. You see the highlights. This is all the stuff he's done. Example of proposed measures to reduce U.S. fertility by universally or selectively impact. Universal impact, social constraints, economic deterrence, social controls. These are all categories that they lined up. Now, let's see if he's done and was able to accomplish these things now in 2023 and even before that. Restructure the family, postpone or avoid marriage. What are they doing? telling the households, further your careers, get your education, do all that. Women, you ain't got to have kids to be successful. Da 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 da. Oh, go out and live your best life. Go out there and fornicate, adultery, do whatever you want to do. Sow your royal oats. But you don't have to get married to do that, man. Postpone it. Hold it off. Don't live by biblical rule and standards, man. They've done that. Alter the image of ideal family size. Oh, they're telling you, oh, just one kid now. It used to be, two and a half kids and a dog or whatever. Now they're saying the lesser, the better. Compulsory education of children. Compulsory meaning mandatory education of children. This is why we're seeing the schools being manipulated. Curriculums now being adjusted to satisfy a certain agenda, as we see. We just seen that story earlier about them basically taking control of parental rights and saying this is what we're supposed to do. Let the schools run and reign over the kids. Look at this. Encourage increased homosexuality. How do they do that? If people are born that way, how can they do that if you had no choice? Encourage increased homosexuality. So that's why you see these alphabet groups, the Scrabble gang, as I call them, all of these particular acronyms, changing agenda, all that. This is how they increase these things through the media, TV, books, movies, school systems. Not only that, atrazine, these drugs now increase, soy and all these other things, effeminizing people through the food supply, water supply. You say, oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Go look at my lesson I did on the Scrabble gang. I went everything from sciences to the encouragement of wickedness. I mean, I did it all. If you ain't seen it, go check it out. If you can't find it, let me know. I think I entitled it The Scrabble Gang and the Homosexual Agenda of America, something like that. I can't recall the exact title. But encourage increase. Let me just show you one thing. I'm going to show you one thing. You say, how can you encourage it? It's not just by suggestion. I'm just trying to find a good source. The BBC, all right, that's one of the UK's top media outlets. The U.S. military pondered love not war. The U.S. military investigated building a gay bomb, which would make enemy soldiers sexually irresistible to each other. Government papers say. So, long story short, man, Esau's got manipulated chemical compounds that they can make that affect your pheromones, your hormones, can essentially make somebody attracted to or feminize your sexual orientation and whatnot, man. Essentially, man, they said they was going to make a gay bomb. That's from the BBC. That ain't from some damn, made up blog or something like that. Some rumor mill. The Guardian. 15 years old. I brought this up that long ago. Air Force looked at spray to turn the enemy gay. Make love not war may be enduring slogan of anti-campaigners. In 1994, the U.S. Air Force produced its own variation of philosophy. So the U.S. Air Force saying, yeah, it's not that far-fetched, man. Can we turn somebody gay? Can we make them be homosexual? Can we effeminize them, man? Yeah, we've got the technology. We know how to do it. But you're born that way. I digress. That's just one example, man. Go to lesson. I think maybe about 2 hours of information. The objective is for them to increase homosexuality. Educate for family limitation. Fertility control agents in the water supply. So making people sterile through the water supply, making you unable to have kids. Okay, that's in the water supply. I covered that too. That they've got fertility agents in the water. Man. Encouraging women to work. Have they done that? Absolutely. That way they get two households, they get two incomes taxable to help further the agenda of America, Babylon, so forth and so on, man. We know that in today's society, you got to do what you got to do to survive, especially now in the days of inflation and the cost of living, so forth and so on, especially in California. You cannot make it without two incomes damn near, unless you're making 300,000-400,000 a year. Then you can kind of comfortably live. 100,000, whatever, and you got a family of 3-4, you're struggling. So they know what they was doing, man. Encouraging a woman to work. What's that do? That draws enmity against the man. Kevin Samuels, brother that passed away, had a whole show, podcast, everything. He made a living off of talking about the career-orientated woman who's going to die alone because she, thinks she's too good for a man, or her standards are set so high that, it's damn near impossible to find a man of her quote-unquote caliber. Steve Harvey did that movie. What's the name of that? Think Like a Man. And that one sister played the role. She was the career-oriented woman, and she fell in love with the dude that was a cook who was lying about. He had to lie to say he owned the restaurant and all that stuff just to get her to. These are the type of things that help draw away relationships, marriages. You let money, status, control come into play. That's how he did, encouraging women to work because he knows it's going to draw enmity, it's going to draw issues. She's making more than him. Makes her feel as though she's got authority. She's wearing the quote-unquote pants in the house. All of those things. They knew what they was doing, okay? Remove parents' tax exemptions for children. Talking with Brother Barack, man, today. Not today, but earlier this year, we were talking about that. They're even moving back the age range now within the IRS in taxes for your dependents. I think in California now they dropped it to 17. It used to be 18 that you can collect the child income tax credits. They're furthering back the dependency ages. So they're saying, 18, yeah, they should still be dependent. Now they're backing it up. 17. How long before they're saying, 15, 14, 12? After 12 years old, they're not, you can't depend, they're not dependent anymore. Why? Because the school says, we're the ones who's taking charge of them anymore. So they're doing all of this stuff, man. Reducing eliminated paid maternity leave or benefits, subjecting newborn mothers to having to get right back to work, reducing or eliminating paid maternity leave benefits. It's 3 months now. Who knows before they reduce it even more? But remember, it's slow increments. Bonuses for delayed marriage and greater child spacing. Look at it, chronic depression. What's going on with that? How many people that run around talking about mental health? Everybody's depressed. Everybody needs some drugs. Everybody needs some sort of uppers to get them motivated, man. People sitting back with their thumbs in their butts and can't figure out what's going on in the world and just want to hide. And then when you lock everybody down and in quarantine and staying in the house and 6 feet deep, six feet away and wearing a mask, and you don't know who you're talking to anymore, and all life as you used to know it 3 years ago is all gone now. Now you're depressed. You're sitting at home all day on watching Netflix, playing video games, or who knows what, and saying I'm depressed. Well, they've accomplished that. Compulsory abortion of out of wedlock pregnancies. They want to force that. Well, why do you think it was such a big deal regarding that Roe versus Wade overturning? And they was raising hell last summer, and they transitioned it into a part of the LGBTQ plus movement. My body, my choice. Don't try to take away my ability to get rid of this baby. That's all part of the plan. Payments to encourage sterilization, payments to encourage contraception, payments to encourage abortion and sterilization on demand, improve contraceptive technology. All of this is part of the plan. And we see it all happening now. And it's been slowly incrementing, building everybody up, softening everybody up to just start accepting and dealing with. And then if you come against any of these particular principles that they line up, you're wrong. I'm wrong. Oh, we're hate-filled people. We don't respect people's choices on lifestyles. This was all planned. all planned. This is why we see those people and their group and their activities being so prominent in our faces now is because that's what they want. That's what they wanted. So let's move on. Look, moment Mississippi woman 19 is arrested over video showing her having sexual intercourse with a dog. Just in case anybody thinks when we read about the law, thou shalt not lie with beasts, thou shalt be mankind. Who's doing that? Nobody's doing that anymore. What? The Most High wouldn't say it if the nations wasn't doing it, man. Damn heathen. Denise Frazier, 19-year-old girl, man, caught on video that spread around via Snapchat, and she's up here having sex with dogs. And now she's facing 10 years. Learn not the way of the heathen, man. But it is what they do. This is what some of them do. Look at it. Mississippi again. They stay in the headlines. Look, UFC crowd erupts into USA chant as Trump arrives. Last weekend, man, they had the UFC fight. And look who's chumming up with. Didn't this dude just get indicted? Over 30 felonies. Does he look like he's worried about anything? Does he look like he's worried about getting arrested? Does he look like anything happened that he just left the courthouses in New York? That he's facing hundreds of years? No. This is more for the political theater, man. More for the drama, man. They're trying to set him up. They saying he's more popular than ever after that whole little stunt. So look at it. Mike Tyson over here, the owner of the UFC, he posing with Trump. That the crowd is chanting USA for Trump. He's standing up holding up the black fist. And I've seen a few pictures of him doing that now, man, holding up the damn black fist as if that ain't white power. They open the hand. The Sieg Heil, the damn Hail Hitler sign. That ain't white power. He trying to be, this dude is a damn maniac, man. But there you go. Agent Orange, Orange Bang. He's back. He's back. And they said they propping him up, man. Black fist and all. White fist, I guess. The Kentucky shooter, man. Everybody seen that happen. I have a close friend that didn't make it. Kentucky governor fights back tears as he reveals 2 friends were among the 4 killed by a disgruntled bank staffer who shot up work conference at 8:30. So everybody knows about that, the mass shooting over there in Louisville, Kentucky, shot up some people, right? Disgruntled worker. Look how they sympathize, though. Louisville bank shooter was seeing a counselor for depression and anxiety. Family plans a CTE test. Oh, so that's why. Are they doing the same thing with the damn tranny that shot up the school? They rushing Tennessee Capitals. They running out talking about day of rage, a day of vengeance, or whatever for the tranny. Standing on nothing was wrong with what she did. Here he is. The white man rolls up. He got fired. Well, I don't know whatever happened with his job. He's a disgruntled employee, comes in, shoots up 4 of his co-workers, and they say, oh, it's because he was depressed and had anxiety. And we're going to need to get his head examined for a CTE. Which is the same thing that they deal with athletes, man, dealing with multiple concussions and the whole lot. They're trying to find excuses for this dude. Well, guess what? You ain't got to try to figure it out. You ain't got to figure it out. The Most High said it first, man. You want to know why he is what he is? You want to know why he's out here running around committing mass murder? You want to know why he's a destroyer? You want to know why Esau got the most sadistic mind when it comes down to torture, death, murder, and everything else? It's because of this. John 8:44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh the lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. But let's look at it. He said he was a murderer from the beginning. Oh, really? Well. When was the first murder committed, y'all? Genesis 4, right? Genesis 4. And it's a whole nother lesson. I'm just get right to the point. Genesis 4 and 8. Who's in from the beginning? Now, mind you, this is the spirit that's in him. This is the spirit that's in him. Remember, Cain was melanated. He was still, came out to his father Adam. But the spirit that was in him was going to manifest itself later in another body, another person, and his nation and his people. Genesis 4 and 8. And Cain talked with Abel, his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel, his brother, and slew him. Remember, he said that he was a murderer from the beginning. He's a devil and the father of it. We speak a lie, speaketh of his own, so forth and so on, right? Now, you don't need to go to no damn CTE. It's a white man. He's a damn devil. This is what he does. You need to have his head examined. Maybe we can donate his brain to science and find out why he's doing what he's doing. Oh, well, let's see when that spirit translated again. Genesis 27:41. And Esau hated Jacob. Now, who was Esau? We know Esau, the so-called white man, the progenitor of the seed of Idumea, the progenitor of the red nation, the red people. And what spirit did he embody? The same one we just read in Genesis 4 and 8. And Esau hated Jacob. They were brothers, right? Because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. So his whole mission and objective was to kill and slay his brother, just like Cain did earlier. He's a liar. And from the beginning, didn't he say that, oh, Jacob done swindled me out my birthright and he deceived me? No, you gave it up. So he's a liar. He makes excuses, just like we see the press here trying to, he had depression and anxiety. That's why he, killed these people, man. Let's have a heart. Let's have sympathy, man. He wasn't right in the brain. But every time they got a so-called Negro on the damn TV or Hispanic, man, these thugs and these gangsters and these murderers and these animals out there. Remember Hillary Clinton talking about that blacks are like animals that need to be brought to heel? When she was addressing the crime bill, I think in 94. Oh, we're animals and all of that, man. Nobody's examining our brain. Nobody's talking about CTE for us. Oh no, for them, there's got to be something wrong. Something couldn't have been right. We don't do that. Yes, you do. We just seen it. Nashville shooter was, quote, under doctor's care for an emotional disorder. He used 3 guns, the police say. Really? It's always, he was having problems, man. Leave him alone. Have a heart. I mean, Jay can't jaywalk without the damn police pulling up on him and beating him upside the head and spraying him with mace and telling him stop resisting. You ain't asking him if he had an emotional disorder. Give me a damn break. I did have it on here. But we covered this already. Talking about the crack of doom, that the fault line issue. So we did cover that. But we see here, man, Esau, man, is so damn deceptive and wicked, man. It's ridiculous. They constantly been making excuses for these past few that's been shooting up everything. You ain't even heard about the damn Moabites. What happened to them? Guy that shot up the party over there at the New Year's Eve celebration. The guy that shot up the mushroom farm. I mean, the heathen go through this stuff, man. And no, everything gets swept under the rug. Jake do something, man. They dragging it out all the way, man, until the damn Jake bone, decays in the grave. Never let it go. Oh, look, they ain't gonna let you let this go either. The new variant is out. I'm gonna let y'all just see it. You see it here, but it's just as soon as you think the coast is clear, we ain't got to worry about that thing no more. It's gone. Oh no, they got a new one coming around, and it's coming up out of India. They already, put in mask mandatory over there. See, only a matter of time before they say it's coming over here because they got all these, migrant workers coming from India. What do they call them? I forgot what they call it. When they send them to work overseas, they coming back over here. My old job was doing that. They was importing them Elamites, man, them East Indians. They was coming in from India in droves, working in the buildings, training, doing everything, man, taking it back. They go back, India, next group come on in. It was all over the place, man. Gave them housing and all of that. But yeah, so if they still doing that around, who knows how they're gonna play this one out. But know that they got a new one bubbling up. Oh, and look at this. And he's already spent some money. Imagine that. As soon as a new one develops, he's already put money into the treasure chest to develop some new pokes. Biden to dump another $5 billion of taxpayer cash into developing a new poke and drugs as part of the White House new project Next Gen. So that's what they want, the next generation. They're already plotting for the next generation to get them inoculated. Let's just say that. Okay. So you see the plan, you see what's going on. I ain't gonna belabor the point on that too much longer. Look at Beverly Hills. Rapidly growing homeless encampments spring up near LA celebrity-filled Beverly Hills neighborhood where the median home price is $3.5 million. Look what's going on in Beverly Hills. This is California, y'all. Anybody, that ain't out here, you wonder what's happening? This is it. Wasteland. Forget the palm trees, forget all of that. You're gonna still see some nice areas. You're gonna see decent stuff if you out in that area. But Beverly Hills now. Can you imagine you homeless and if somebody asks you where you live? Oh, I live in Beverly Hills. They literally can say that now. As they just post up on the corner somewhere, post up in some strip somewhere where they can just go ahead and set up shop. They look like tabernacles in Beverly Hills. You know what I'm saying? So that's how bad it is getting here in LA. The homeless encampments, man, in the tent cities is popping up everywhere. Now the white folks, man, they're gonna clean that up real quick. They're gonna say we paying all this money to live in this city, and we got private police and border lines that separate us from everybody else, and you letting these people come on over here and pee and crap all over the place, man, and stand out in front of every storefront asking for money and flooding in here and there and siphoning off our electricity and water, and hell no. We need a massive sweep. Get them up out of here. So we're gonna see if that happens, but I guarantee you they raising hell over there in a 90210 trying to get them up out of there. But hey, the invasion didn't happen, man. The zombies is moving in over there. Fellow tech executive arrested in the stabbing of the Cash App founder Bob Lee. So y'all know the owner of Cash App. He got stabbed to death last week. They're trying to figure out what happened. It's a battle of the nerds, man. They was fighting in the car. Apparently, there was some confrontation that happened in the car. Looks like this other guy, Nima Momeni, stabbed up the Cash App owner. He got out the car, stumbled around trying to find help. Nobody helped him. He ended up dying. So how does that affect the futures of Cash App? Probably not much. I'm sure they got contingency plans as far as the next up is going to keep on with the technology or whatnot. But the fact that even these higher ups, man, these multimillionaire cash men is going at it, and one tech guy is stabbing another. I mean, all hell is breaking loose. Sedition among men, man. That's what the second is 15 said. Friends betraying each other and all of that. These guys knew each other. And whatever happened, wound up in one of them dead. Look at experts sounding alarm of a malaria-like tick-borne disease that kills up to 20% of its sufferers. So now you got another plague happening. You got Marburg, Arcturus, the new vid variant now. Malaria-like tick-borne diseases are rising up. Right? So this place is plagued. You talking about the plaguing of America, man. It's here. We're here to witness it. All praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, man. It is out there, y'all. Yeah, that's right. She like super predators. That's what she called it. Super predators who need to be brought to heel. Remember that? Yeah, exchange students. But when they transfer the jobs to another country, I forgot what they call it. Damn, not tele. You calling everywhere, man. You either talking to somebody in India or the Philippines now. Uh, and Obama and all of them was one of the ones that was shipping the jobs out the country for cheaper labor. But I forgot what they call it. Marburg, man, that's the one over there in Africa, man. They said it's got a 90% kill rate. The World Health Organization now is saying we can't rule out outsourcing. There you go, Shaq, the water. 90% kill rate, man. World Health Organization talking about you can't Salakia Karadazan. I thought that was Shaq. Yeah, kind of. Outsourcing the jobs, but the Marburg, man, they talking about the people bleeding from their eyes, their body orifices, man. 90% kill rate. World Health Organization say you can't rule out it spreading internationally. So you already know. Yeah, man. You see what time it is, man. In Beverly Hills, man. They out they out there getting ready for tabernacles early, posting up. Hey, the God in the house, man. Shalom. What's up, Doc? Shabbat shalom. Yeah. So you already know, man. It's all bad out there. But why? Shabbat shalom to you, Rock. Hopefully you well, bro. Hopefully you well, man. But yeah, man, it's a lot going on, man. A lot going on, y'all. So lo and behold, man, your brother's got to run, man. Get ready. I'm gonna be back in a couple hours, man. About 4 o'clock, man. Got our closing Shabbat class. I know this is already kind of heavy. A lot of y'all take a break. Y'all double up with me sometime, but you got time, you got the effort, man. You got in the Shabbat ain't over for you, man. You come on back, man. I got some more cooking on the stove. We're gonna talk about Galatians 4 and get some real understanding about that, man. The Christians love running with Galatians, man. That's their favorite book of excuse with no understanding. But we ain't having that here. So we're gonna get some real understanding regarding that, man. And Most High willing, the Spirit and power of the Most High. While you have a shot, man, we're gonna keep edifying and keep doing the work of the Lord, man. So all praise and glory to the Most High. While you have a shot. Shalom, Rayan. Hopefully you well. You and the girls are well, and your husband. Hope I ain't missing nobody. Yes, Shalak, you know about that gay bomb, huh? They got it, man. These damn bastards is crazy. They out there, big time. But yeah, that's it for your brother, man. All praise, honor, and glory to the Most High. While you have a shot, man. Neva, shalom to you, my sister. Shalom. I'm gonna go ahead on and get up out of here, man. Lord willing, to see y'all in about 2 more hours. All right, and get back to it. All right, all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High. While you have a shot, man. This is it, episode 2000. I was about to say 2001. Yeah, right. 201, man. 201. Outro. See y'all in a little bit, man.